whatever happens in that one. And, of course, the Patriots made a big trade today, moving on from maybe a fan favorite. So we'll start there tonight. Again, the phone number 617-779-0985. I was not here at all last week. I was doing mornings or day, whatever I was. Morning, midday, I can't remember anymore. So we're back here. I see Skaz back there. Hello, Skaz. I see Street Team Joe. And I see Jake, and I see Aurora, and I see Kevin. And it's great to see you all. It is so great. But how do you feel about the Patriots trading Kayshon Boutte today? Just let it marinate for a little bit. The Patriots traded Kayshon Boutte. The guy that had a good rapport with Drake May, who was drafted by Bill Belichick, who they've developed and has had some pretty nice seasons here in New England. Now, he's an outside receiver. He, at best, is probably a number 2 receiver. I'll leave it at that. But on this team, he had a chance to make an impact as a depth piece or a great matchup. And instead, today, they traded him to the Houston Texans, which I have many reasons why I don't like the move. And I'm curious to know if anybody out there actually likes this or is happy for Kayshon or whatever, because I get that the player has a contract coming up. They can give him the extension, and, with more reps, he'll make more money. I get all that for the player. But you're a 6th-round pick. You're a guy that was developed. You're a guy that they believed in. You're a guy that probably shouldn't even been in the league for some off-field stuff that you had. The Patriots stuck by you. They stuck by you. And I think he did everything right this offseason. He showed up. He was out there. He didn't play the other night in the preseason game. There's been a lot of talk about the team keeping 7 wide receivers. Well, today they made the choice. They moved on from Boutte. Now, the return I'll get to you in a minute here, but I hate the fact that they traded him to the Houston Texans, a team that Kayshon Boutte has beat, right? They couldn't defend him. He has 2 touchdowns against that team. He's got multiple receptions in big yardage games against the Texans. So I guess they're looking at it as, man, this guy's been beating us. Why don't we go get him? Now, they lost one of their big wide receivers in Higgins, and last year they were without Nico Collins, and the year before that, Tank Dell. They needed to bring in somebody. But when I tell you the return is a second-year safety out of Penn State and a 7th-round pick in 2028 from the Saints, it's not a great return. Now, I can't sit here and give you the whole laydown of Jalen Reed's career, and I do know that the Texans were a really good defense, and he played a part of it and was physical, and they liked him. But it fills a little bit of depth, and we'll get into depth. We'll talk about depth coming up in a little bit here. Seems to be the theme since last night, or Saturday night's preseason game, which I worked, and I was here all night for that boring game. But we get the news today that they traded Kayshon Boutte. Multiple reasons why I don't like it. I don't like the fact that he's going to the Texans. I don't like the fact that the return that they got, maybe they're higher on the safety read than I am. But you didn't have to do this. You could have kept this guy this year. So why didn't they get more in return for Kayshon Boutte? I mean, he's a guy that's improved year after year. He was one of those guys at LSU that was a part of that Jamar Chase and those type of wide receivers there. I know he dealt with some injuries and some off-field stuff, but what he's turned into and being one of Drake May's, deep targets, I think was really good for what he's developed into. He had a strong training camp this year too. And that's despite adding A.J. Brown and Romeo Doubs. But the return. I get he's in the final year of his contract. I get that he's a rental. I know that he can sign a new deal. But he was available. The Patriots were open to keeping him. Instead, they wanted to get the right return, and then they get a unheralded safety and a late-round draft pick. It just, to me, doesn't seem like enough for a team that just went to the Super Bowl, that couldn't develop wide receivers for years. And if you want to sit here and tell me, well, Joe Pop Douglas, they developed, and Kyle Williams, they're developing, and Efton Chisholm, they're developing, fine. And I know that adding another safety now helps you in that secondary to give you a backup for Kevin Byard, who's a stud, by the way, and led the league in interceptions last year. And they drafted Craig Woodson. So, in my opinion, the fact that they've identified Reed as a nice piece, they were looking at Craig Woodson at the same time. Maybe they like those guys. Del Pettis has been the other guy that's been rotating at safety. Maybe he's more of a special teams guy. That's fine. Maybe we need this trade to play out. But just hearing about it today and going to the Texans, I don't like it. Does Nick Caserio, former Patriots director of player personnel, have something to this? Do they know a little bit more? Is there, did he just kind of swindle the deal here? I just look at what Houston's done with Nick Caley and the wide receivers that have gotten hurt for them, and now going to play with C.J. Stroud. I feel like Booty will transition very well into that new offense, and it's a loss for the Patriots. And I'll get into that depth conversation that the coach was talking about. But the other night, when I was watching that preseason game and Kyle Williams scored a touchdown, I wasn't thinking, all right, this is the guy now. They can move on from Kayshon Boutte. If anything, having Kayshon Boutte was a luxury. Somebody goes down, he can step right in. Now, the flip side of it, if you're a Patriots honk and you don't want to look at things negatively or critically, the guy who's replacing Kayshon Boutte is Romeo Doubs. That's truly the guy that's taken his spot. Dobbs has been better. Dobbs has more production, more yards, and he's bigger. In the end, if A.J. Brown and Romeo Doubs are on the field, that's what I care about. So if you really want to look at it, those reps that Kayshon Boutte got last year and the year before, they're going to Romeo Doubs, and I would do that. But the return is what I don't like. Backup safety, 7th-round pick, going to the Texans where he knows the offense. Maybe they'll see Kayshon Boutte once again. And I hate trading people in the division or the conference because you may see him again. And where have we seen that before? So we'll leave it there. Your thoughts on Kayshon Boutte, no longer with the Patriots, traded today to the Texans. We can get your thoughts at 617-779-0985. You can join us on YouTube as well. Just go to youtube.com. You can search 98.5 The Sports Up. Boom. You'll see me right there. We got about 60 people in the chat. Why don't we load that up a little bit more? I see a bunch of new people who have just entered the chat. Tenacious Tomato. Seaside, what's up, buddy? Appreciate you joining us both in the mornings and at night. We'll get Skaz's thoughts on the trade today. Street Team Joe is here today. And Aurora Pedwell. Hi, Aurora. Tomorrow is her last day, but she's going to hang out a little bit today, and we'll give her a little bit of a send-off as well. So you can call in again, 617-779-0985. Your thoughts, in or out on the Kayshon Boutte trade? We'll get into that and more on the Red Sox, of course, underway as well. And well, a lot of Street Team Joe's got a little knack of getting on guys and kind of working out for the Sox. So we'll tell you who those guys are and more next here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
You're listening to Joe. You're listening to Joe Murray on 98.5. You're listening to Joe Murray on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Back to school finds are waiting for you at Goodwill. Find quality clothing, shoes, accessories, backpacks, and more at affordable prices. There's always something great to find at Goodwill. Plus, every purchase supports job training and career services in our communities while giving quality goods a new life. Shop Goodwill today. Every purchase helps create new lives.
What's up, guys? Let's talk food. Route 1 Grill House in Saugus. It's got something special for everybody. Let me tell you guys. Juicy steak tips and ribs, fresh seafood, Italian favorites. If you're looking for a great deal, stop it on Sundays and Mondays, 50-cent wings. And if you're planning a party or getting the whole family together, Route 1 Grill House has a function room that can accommodate up to 70 people. Guys, I'm telling you, great food, great company, plenty of room to enjoy it all, conveniently located just before the Sullivan Tire on Route 1. Yeah, big words there, Dan Orlovsky. Like, I don't like the move. I don't have to love the move. I am a little bit ignorant of what Jalen Reed is, to be honest with you. I mean, I know the Texans were one of the best defenses in football. I know when he played, he was physical. And I know that the Patriots needed a guy behind Kevin Byard. So maybe this is the guy. Maybe the Patriots are looking at it as they're so bad at linebacker. Maybe Byard plays in the box. They play a 3 safety set, and it's Woodson and Reed. I don't know. Like, I haven't gotten into all the X's and O's on that one. So I can see why they made the move. Why they made the move was they didn't want a disgruntled wide receiver in a crowded room while they're developing other guys. That's just it. Not to mention he's a rental. They didn't give him an extension, and when they tried to trade him earlier, there wasn't probably any value whatsoever. Now the Eagles got to look at him. They could use a wide receiver. I'm surprised they weren't in the mix. But what happened with the Texans was once Higgins got hurt, they were down to Nico Collins and brought in guys like Zay Jones. So when you look at what they are right now, the Texans, Nico Collins, Kayshon Boutte, and Jalen Noel. They have Tank Dell potentially coming back, which is a miracle story, by the way. And Lewis Bond, if you remember him. Like, they tried to draft a young wide receiver, and he got hurt. I think it's going to work out because of who the offensive coordinator is in Nick Caley and the fact that Nick Caserio can really identify these guys. But the return is my biggest issue. 7th round pick for a guy that can start in the league along with a backup safety. It just doesn't seem like much. I also don't think you had to make the move. There was no salary cap implications. You never know if guys are ready to start the season at wide receiver. Could A.J. Brown or Romeo Doubs or one of those guys? What about Matt Collins? Remember last year he missed 4 games? I mean, you're now depending on Demario Douglas, who every single year shows something in camp, but then might make a play or two in the regular season and then disappears. For what? Kyle Williams, who you drafted in the 3rd round, who showed a little spark at camp, but also has shown you he can't run routes? I don't love the move. I felt like he was a luxury to have. Felt like it was a luxury. And you gave him to the Texans and C.J. Stroud. And I know there's people that are going to say, well, Joe, C.J. Stroud's exactly. I watched their preseason game last week. They could run the football. You know, Woody Marks is their big guy. They got David Montgomery, who's another big-time back. Like, they're going to try to run the ball. But wasn't Kayshon Boutte very good on the play action and the throws and the slants and the deep ball? This is definitely a good move for the Texans. They gave up a backup safety and a 7th-round pick for a guy that can start in the league. Why they do it today? Why today? Skaz, welcome back, sir.
I missed you, Joe.
I haven't seen you in a long time.
It's been far too long, Joe. Far too long. I don't like the move, Joe.
Thank you. All right, I'm glad you. I'm not saying you agree with me. I'm just saying you don't like the move.
Yeah, I am in favor of having players on the roster that have a good relationship with Drake May, that have shown that rapport in big situations with Drake May, who have gone over the middle time and time again for Drake May. I like those guys on the football team with Drake May. I mean, getting a 23-year-old safety is fine. I just think giving up Kayshon Boutte for it today feels... I'm with you, Joe. I don't love the timing. We get Mike Vrabel bitching about his roster depth. There is no front office, Joe. So,
well, he said he is the front office earlier.
He said he is, and he also said there is no front office. There is no back office. That's just the Patriots. And the Patriots decided Kayshon Boutte would not help them this year, which I strongly disagree with. I think Kayshon Boutte is much more valuable to this roster than Jalen Reed will be for this upcoming season, but the Patriots apparently don't feel that way.
I get why they went for Reed. I do remember him at Penn State, but they've missed on those guys before. I don't like it. You know what else, guys? What about he didn't make a lot of money, Kayshon Boutte, but do you think that they are trying to find any ways to free up some more money, maybe to sign Christian Gonzalez? And before you answer that, the depth stuff, I was here Saturday night. It was a horrible night.
Long one.
The second quarter was over an hour. Ask Kevin Majori.
Oh, I heard from Kevin Majori earlier today.
Horrible. It was a horrible game. It was a terrible They should quit preseason now after that one the other night. Where I'm going with it is at halftime, I'm watching. So we have Bob and Phil Perry on the radio side. The TV side's got Zoe and the McCourties. They are interviewing Elliott Wolf. And Elliott Wolf made a little mention about how the Philly Eagles went right down the field, and he mentioned how, their backups and could use some more help there. Something to that degree of depth, right? So I went, all right, I didn't get the sniffer out yet. It was like, all right, just Elliott Wolf. And then he talks about Gonzalez, and he's like, we're hoping we can get both sides together and whatever. Then after the game, Vrabel's pissed. And he's asked about, will Drake May and the starters play next week? And he goes, I don't think they're going to play. We just don't really have a lot of great depth right now. So I was so tired, I didn't care at the time. But I was thinking about the quote. I feel as though Elliott Wolf and Mike Vrabel are, to use a Dan Orlovsky term, synergetic, right? Maybe they were kind of in cahoots about their depth. I'm wondering if that's a shot at ownership. Like, is it a shot at ownership to spend money? Is it a shot at ownership to potentially make a move for Christian Gonzalez? Or is they leaning on Christian Gonzalez to maybe start moving? Something has happened because Christian Gonzalez is back out on the field today, and they traded Kayshon Boutte.
Yeah, I mean, maybe if you're so worried about your depth, don't miss the third day of the draft. That would be.
I did that post game.
You pick up those depth pieces on the third day of the draft. Usually, I would say if you're so worried about those guys, maybe be there for that. That would probably help the football team. But I'm with you, Joe. I think the timing of it is certainly interesting. I don't love how much money talk there has been. Christian Gonzalez should have been done already. There's no reason for him not to be signed. I think they're, dragging this out far too long. The fact that he was out there today, I do take as a good sign that this deal is moving forward. But I'm with you that the preseason has become borderline useless. None of these guys play. When they do play, it's not real football. They've told us they're not going to play this week either, and depth is apparently a big part of that. But I guess we're just going to focus on the joint practices and get ready for real football. Well, what's the point of the preseason anymore?
How do you feel about Drake May and the offense not getting any reps before they play in Seattle on a Wednesday night?
It's not like he has two brand new receivers. It's not like A.J. Brown and Romeo Doubs are just starting out for the first time with Drake May this season, or a rookie tight end, or a new center, a young left tackle, another guard. So it's a lot of continuity on the offense, so I feel great about it, Joe. I think things are going to go swimmingly up in Seattle. They've got a ton of
wrong? What could go wrong?
What could go wrong? No, I don't love it, Joe. I would like the quarterback to practice and play in game scenarios with the guys he's actually going to, play with on Sundays this upcoming season. Fake football. Matt McCarthy has been waging a war on fake football for years. I used to think he was a little strong in his hatred of the preseason. I'm starting to lean that way. It feels more useless every year that goes by.
Well, you know what I think's happened now is it really is fake football now, because college football really is minor league football now, right? You could get cut from camp and then be at Ole Miss the next day with an NIL deal. So college football is now turning into minor league football, where preseason is really, really fake. Last year, the Patriots, wasn't it reported they had an easy camp? I heard it's not an easy camp this year. And, coming off a Super Bowl loss, I'm sure that things are different. Mike Vrabel's been a little testy, would you say?
I would say very testy at times, a little defensive even.
You think he's upset about the team and its depth, or
Mike Vrabel has nothing to be upset about, so that's what I don't get.
What does he have to be
upset about?
I was just trying to bring up maybe some personal things, maybe.
Sure, but
Could he be
if that's leaking into the football side, we have much bigger problems.
We
I
do.
think the Patriots do as an organization. But what does Mike Vrabel have to be upset about? They went out and got A.J. Brown. His
Brown,
defense is loaded. They're going to pay Christian Gonzalez, and if they don't, I think Mike Vrabel is a big part of that. I think if Christian Gonzalez was to not get done, I think one of the main reasons would be Mike Vrabel. You don't have a defensive-minded head coach and not pay an elite defensive guy, if he wants him to get paid. So I think Mike Vrabel is a big part of the Christian Gonzalez thing. But the Patriots have bent over backwards to accommodate Mike Vrabel. I think you could argue they've accommodated Mike Vrabel much more than they accommodated Bill Belichick in his last few years. Mike Vrabel pretty much has autonomous power, and he bitches about the roster. But guess what, Mike? It's your roster. I don't want to hear about Bill Belichick anymore. He's been gone for years. This is your roster. You've had plenty of control. You wanted A.J. Brown desperately. You got A.J. Brown. Romeo Doubs is here. Brought in Draymond Jones. I don't know what Mike Vrabel has to be so upset about.
Well, one last booty call, I guess.
Gonna miss him. Booty calls very popular in the NFL these days, Joe.
Oh, my God.
Pretty cheap ones, too, from what I gather.
Kinks, right? It's weird. Old owners want to get a kink, huh?
And not even that old.
How old's Jed York? Is it Jed York?
46, Joe.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Nah.
Doesn't that even make it worse?
The trailer park is, I think, the.
You're not frequenting trailer parks in East Palestine, Ohio, Joe. That's not.
No. There's a lot going on in Ohio. How about Deshaun Watson?
Quite a bit going on in Ohio.
Street Team Joes. There's a lot going on out there.
Certainly, yeah. $140 doesn't get you what it used to.
You get the Snow Paterno out there, too?
A lot going on at Penn State. I mean, we should ask Jalen Reed about that, Penn State guy,
Oh, yeah. My only problem with that is it was only $1,000 a week. I feel like that's kind of light for the
low ball, yeah.
For the blow.
I mean, some people are paying $140 for theirs, Joe.
Everything's really, all the skeezy stuff is really cheap, huh? I wouldn't know. I guess I don't know these things, Anyways, Ken's in the car. Hey, Ken, you're on the Sports Hub.
Hey, guys. Yeah, so, Skaz, you mentioned that the Pats defense is loaded. I feel like the offense is loaded, and not with the exception of the offensive line. But I feel like the defense, there's a little bit of imbalance going on. I'm a little concerned about the backfield, the defensive backfield, the linebackers, the safeties. I know we signed a new safety, but I think this trade is just to really balance the two, balance the offense and the defense. I wish this kid was more of a third-round pick. He's like a fifth or sixth-round pick. He's a late-round pick. So I'm concerned about that, but that's the one thing I see is maybe they see this kid has potential to bring some physicality to the defense and move over, kind of lift the defense where I have concerns in certain areas. What do you think?
I think I don't know what you're talking about. So all I got out of that was, Skaz, you think the defense is loaded where he thinks the offense is loaded.
So, then what's Mike Vrabel bitching about if they're both loaded? If the roster is so good.
Oh, they don't have enough depth. No, I'm telling you. It can't. Now how things don't make sense.
It doesn't smell right.
It doesn't. That's why I'm trying to throw out there that is ownership fully are they playing games with the Gonzalez thing or is it Gonzalez's camp? Does it have to be a Patriots deal? Are they trying to lean on Christian Gonzalez to say, hey, man, if we pay you this money and we give Drake May this money, the team might not be as good? Could they be trying to lean on the player to be like, hey, what if we gave you $95 million instead of $100? So I don't know if this booty move today is kind of like they had a plan of, all right, we'll get to this date. We'll move booty. We got more depth. They have more depth in the secondary now. They've figured out at least their top 6 wide receivers. Maybe they need to find a 7th again. And at that point, you freed up a little bit of money now. Could that extra money that they've just moved on from Booty for move the needle to a Christian Gonzalez deal? My only thing is, why is Christian Gonzalez back out on the field today? He has absolutely no reason to be out there. None. And he is. So I'm just curious if they've talked or they're getting closer. And my thought's this, too. Cleveland this weekend. Oh, woof. Oh, yeah, the Pats are going to Cleveland, guys. I didn't even mention that. They're going to Cleveland, Ohio this week. Maybe that's why they traded Booty. They're like, dude, with everything that's going on there, we can't let Booty come to Cleveland, man. I'm worried about Peyton Tolley tonight in Miami. You know, him and that stash in Miami, what could go wrong there? But maybe just a little bit of money they freed up. Could that be added into a Christian Gonzalez deal? Guess we'll have to wait and see. Your thoughts, everybody, on Kayshon Boutte going to the Texans, and are you okay with the Patriots wide receiver group? Oh, real quick. How do you feel about Kyle Williams, guys? Do you think that he's done enough? I don't think you should let him go, by the way. I don't think you should move on from third-round picks with speed. I just don't. But do you think Kyle Williams has done enough this camp to make the Boutte trade now? Because I'm going to say no. I
didn't feel that way, no. And I like Kyle Williams. I think he is something that this team needs when you have a quarterback like Drake May. A burner deep threat is, not that he's going to be Tyreek Hill or anything, but just having that over-the-top kind of thing, I think does give them a different look. I don't think he's been tremendous this offseason by any means. I thought he was better. He's been better this offseason. I still would have liked to have Boutte here, but apparently, maybe the Patriots feel that way.
What about Demario Douglas?
I have not loved Pop this preseason.
He's the guy. So I think he still could be moved. They love him. He's always good at camp. Always. But let me ask you this. If Pop Douglas gets 5 to 6 targets a game, right? Who do you think does more with those 5 or 6 targets? Douglas or Chisholm? Because I know that Douglas is a better athlete, right? Douglas, they both can help out on special teams, but I don't know. The little I've seen of Chisholm, or the more I'm seeing of Chisholm, I think there's a spot for him. And I almost wonder if Pop Douglas is taking reps away from him. So remember this one tonight. I haven't been a Pop Douglas guy all year. I haven't. I'm over Pop Douglas. I'm over it. But I would rather Chisholm than Douglas right now as of today. And I know there's people being like, are you crazy, Joe? No. Every single time Efton Chisholm plays, he's watching tape. He's running the right routes. He's ducking guys. He's finding the first downs. He's improved, Efton Chisholm. And I know he is what he is. He's an end-of-the-roster wide receiver, but so isn't Pop Douglas. And Kayshon Boutte wasn't that. And you traded him today. We'll leave it there at 617-779-0985. Oh, the Red Sox are on, too. They had a nice weekend. We'll tell you about them, and we'll get into more of this Patriot stuff. Evan Lazar will join us, by the way, in the second hour, and I got to catch up with the guys. I feel like I've missed a lot, so we'll have some fun tonight. We'll hit the headline here. I'm Joe Murray, 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Sports Hub headlines.
All right, the Patriots traded.
You're down 14-zip. You accept the call that Douglas got it. You get it to second down. And this thing brought down rain. I mean, the second he got the ball, the back foot hits, it's up. And what he does, he allows Keyshawn Booty the ability to find it in space and just drops it in the bucket.
You know, somebody broke this chair. Who broke this chair? You see this? Can you see this arm?
That's not supposed to be there.
I did not do this. I did not do this. Somebody broke the arm of the a-hole chair. And it wasn't me. I just happened to be the guy that got in the chair that was a little too heavy for the chair. And whoever broke it first ruined it. And I put it back in the holster, but it's broken. And I hope the Patriots offense isn't broken now. That was Drake May's first touchdown pass, everybody. That's true. And you know what, guys? If you remember my analysis of the postseason game last year, I brought up 2 plays that happened in that loss because that was a bad loss. Remember they dropped 40 on the Pats that day? That was Stephon Diggs toasted Christian Gonzalez all day long in that game? All day long. I remember bringing that up as a big talking point. But May's first touchdown was down the sideline past Stingley, Keyshawn Booty. The other touchdown over the middle to Pop Douglas for a touchdown. The first touchdown of the playoff game to Pop Douglas. The second one down the sideline past Stingley on a beautiful pass and beautiful route. So, like, 2 different offensive coordinators, by the way, in those games. Alex Van Pelt was in that game. I mean, let's face it, the wide receiver group has come a long way over the last couple of years. Remember C.J. Osborne? Tyquan Thornton, remember that?
KJ Osborne.
I'm sorry, KJ. He sucked. Right? And then they had developing guys like Jalen Polk, who's retired.
STJ wants you to remember Demir Bird.
Oh, Demir Bird with Cam Newton. You know, he actually had a pretty good year.
He's fast. Fast guy.
Very fast. And then the other guy was Javon Baker.
Out of the league.
He's out of the league. So one's retired, one's out of the league.
Solid draft.
Tyquan Thornton still around?
The Chiefs, right?
I literally don't know.
Tore his ACL, I believe.
Oh, great. So really, the only quarterback, the wide receivers that came out of the draft was Keyshawn Booty and Demario Douglas. I don't know. Tell me if this is a hot take or you don't like it, Skess. I think Efton Chisholm, and listen, Efton Chisholm's what he is. He's a slot receiver who can catch the ball and will be relentless with going forward. Where Demario Douglas is more of a gadget player who on a 4th down play can catch the ball at the chain, but then do a little dance and not get the first down. All I'm trying to say is if Demario Douglas gets 3 to 4 targets a game, I think that Chisholm gets the same amount of targets. Chisholm would produce more than Demario Douglas. And if we were at the playground, I'd take Pop Douglas all day. But if we're on the football field, I would take Efton Chisholm. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's another move to come here. And I know there's people who want to say Pop's way better than Efton Chisholm. Okay. I have a few takeaways from the game the other night. And there's not many, everybody. There's not, because it was bad. It was not a good game. I have the Kyle Williams TD from DeVito. The same play, by the way, that the Keyshawn Booty play was on. Caleb Lomu got burnt on a bad stunt. Bad stunt. Gabe Akis gets pushed around constantly, and he's not ready. And he also didn't have any camp whatsoever, so he looks like it. Vildor and Prunty, their corner depth. They're going to make the team. Marcus Bryant left with an injury, not good. The defense got shredded. And you know where they got shredded? On any sort of swing pass or hot route. They did get a goal line stop at one point and stop on a 4th down. And then Baron Morton punted during the game and then threw a touchdown pass to my boy DeGennaro, who, during the broadcast, I said, who is number 23? So we got ourselves the worst preseason game in a long time, but we also got that hero that nobody knows about. Do you know where DeGennaro goes to school, Skaz? Do you know anything about Nick DeGennaro?
I do not.
Okay, Nick DeGennaro was a wide receiver from James Madison. So he was recruited by who?
That would be Kurt Signetti, I'd have
There you
to think.
Yeah. Nick DeGennaro, wearing number 23. And he's 25. And I'm going to tell you right now. Well, he used to play at Maryland. Then he went to Richmond, then James Madison. He had 193 receptions and 2,500 yards and 21 touchdowns. He played in 14 games, finished with 40 receptions, 500 yards, and 5 touchdowns. He was all CAA honors in 23 and 24. Dual sport athlete. Track prep A state champion. He's the son of Matt and Linda DeGennaro and two brothers, Matt and Daniel. And his father played quarterback at UConn. Spent one season with the Connecticut Coyotes of the Arena Football League back in 1996. The DeGennaros got it, man. No, I don't think he's going to make the team. But remember DeGennaro as one of those preseason greats because that was the only highlight in that game. The only highlight in that game. It's going to get into some Red Sox stuff in a little bit here as they're playing ball right now. But anything else to add, Skaz? Because there was nothing else about the game the other night. Oh, they don't have a punter now.
Yeah, not great. Punter's out. Kicker was better. Borgalis seemed better. I'm still not.
Went 1 for 1.
Yeah, not exactly a lot of opportunities there. But yeah, your special teams, Joe. You worried about it?
I mean, who's back there? You're not going to put Travion Henderson back there because you only have. Well, he got hurt today. Like, who are your kick returners right now?
I mean, Jan Miller, I think, did it a little in college, but I don't know if you're going to put him back there.
My take is I don't think they keep a third running back. I think they carry 2 and they cut them all, and then they put them on the practice squad and elevate them the day of. Like, really, are they going to use that third? So Jan Miller, I think he's run better than Landon Larison. They like Larison for some reason. He also catches the ball a little bit. How about Pop Douglas? Can he return kicks?
Yeah, they put Williams back there a couple times last year, right?
I'm a little worried of his hands, but yeah, the roster is going to be interesting how they do this one. But I will tell you guys, they are, I would say linebacker. They are very short. And last week they had Daquan Jones in for a visit. Remember Shaq Thompson? They had those guys in for a visit. Some guy told me I'm overrating Kayshon Boutte. He was a fine receiver, but if he was on the roster, we'd be using him and people would still be bitching regardless. Boston Radio Watch thinks it's a great trade. He thinks it's just a sports radio talking point. Well, that's what we do. We talk about the news of the day. That's what we do. All right. Guess we'll put the booty aside. We'll pass the booty. This hour of the sports has been brought to you by Valvoline and Oil Change. Enjoy quick and convenient vehicle maintenance this month. Visit NewEnglandOilChange.com. You can save 15% off your next drive-through oil change at Valvoline and Oil Change, the official oil change of busy people. I'm Joe Murray. We'll find out what's going on with the Red Sox in a little bit. And someone going at Adley Rutschman. We'll tell you who that was, and we'll read it later here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Don't go anywhere. There's more Joe Murray. More Joe Murray.
7th round pick. Booty, in the last year of his contract, goes to the Texans, who have lost multiple wide receivers. And, well, he's gone. And the Patriots did have practice today. Christian Gonzalez was back out on the field, though Travion Henderson left the game with a lower leg injury. Red Sox underway right now in Miami. 1-1 is the score. Ranger Danger is on the mound. Ranger Suarez, he's gone 4 innings, 4 hits, 3 strikeouts. The 4 walks have not helped him whatsoever. But Mickey Gaspa, kid, the pride of Bryant University from New Hampshire, who kind of has a goatee now. Well, I want the mustache back. But he had an RBI in this one. Caleb Durbin has a hit, and Jaron Duran has a hit. Gasper has 2 hits. What are they going to do when Roman comes back? How are they going to get Gasper in the lineup? Does Aurora know that Mickey Gasper goes to Bryant? Okay. Headlines are brought to you by DN Van Lines. Take the chance, enter your move, and make the sure bet with DN Van Lines. An approved mover of the Department of Defense, DNVanLines.com. I'm Joe Murray.
Diving effort. He's got a breakaway. The backhand. Throws it in. Draw coming to the spot. The Sports Hub.
All right, hour number 2 of the night show. I'm back at night. It's just better to be back at night, you know? Skaz, I worked with Mark Dondero. Did you see the music video of Dondero?
I saw some air guitar, I believe.
Is that what that was?
I mean, it's strong, heavy air guitar there.
The only comparison I have is, do you ever watch Seinfeld when Elaine dances?
Okay.
Well, like when she dances, she does like, you know, the thumbs thing.
Yeah, there was a lot of Elaine in there.
But he was just like rocking it out, like, you
some
know.
Pete Townsend if you took the guitar away from him.
Yes,
Like if
yes.
he was just doing what he was doing without the guitar.
Yep. So I was with him for 2 days, and then I was with Alex Bath for another day. And he, you know, the game was Saturdays, and you know, it was kind of funny. He even said to me, "I'm not much of a morning person, Joe." But we got him through, and we actually did I wouldn't call it fart court, but we uncovered a fart. And I ended up bringing up that I saw a horse get relieved of a fart. Have you seen this video?
I feel like you've showed me this video,
So
Joe.
it might be in the system from Friday in the carts. But this horse needed someone to lay the horse down and then push its stomach. And so Barth, with the football intelligence that he has, he brought the timer out to see how long the fart was compared to a Bryce Behringer punt. And we got a 9.80 on the fart. So I'm not sure what Bryce Behringer's hang time is, or even Mr. Hawk, the new Hawk, the guy that they have now. But we did that on Friday. And did you know, Skaz, that Shaquille O'Neal, I did a one-on-one with Shaq.
I heard a little bit about your one-on-one with Shaq. Maybe something happened before your one-on-one with Shaquille O'Neal?
Should we replay it later? We'll do it later.
Was there something that happened to Shaquille just before he joined you?
Well, he was late.
Yes.
But not because he was apologetic. He has a big chicken debut going on, or grand opening. So I can't get in the way of Shaq. But when he saw me, he was like, who? Oh,
it tickled him.
And he goes, wow, man, you look like if me and Charles Barkley had a baby.
I mean, that's a high compliment.
And I laughed. I thought it was wicked funny. And then I tried to ask him basketball questions, and he would just get into big chicken. So I did. We can play it later or another time. But I did get a scoop out of him, though. I asked him if he wanted to be an NBA owner. And he said, I'm working on it.
I wonder where.
I know where. The Lakers.
Of course. I mean,
what happened to that? And the Bus family doesn't want to sell to these.
Hey, a lot of trouble for ownership in LA these days. Not going well.
Maybe she's right. Like, maybe the Bus family shouldn't sell. I don't know. But anyways, do you have that horse fart? I don't know if you found it.
I was not able to find the horse fart in the system.
You got to hear this thing, man. It was, you just, how like the night show can sometimes just turn it into a whole segment. I didn't mean to get 4 minutes. So if you listen to the very beginning, it gets a little like takeoff, like rockets.
I'm sorry?
Yeah. Play the very beginning again. Does it go any further than that though? Because further in the beginning. Because it's a slow takeoff. But it goes.
You're saying there's a build-up, Joe.
Oh yeah. And then I did an elephant noise. I don't know if the elephant made it in there. But that was what we did on Friday. That was Friday morning, 8 o'clock. No different than a Friday night or a Monday night at 8 o'clock. But, morning drive, why not, right? Why not go with it? Anyways, the Red Sox are underway right now. We're going to talk to Evan Lazar coming up in a minute or in 10 minutes or so on what's going on with the booty trade and all that. But I keep saying Ranger danger. Should we be concerned about Ranger Suarez? Tonight, 5 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts. Since he's had the adductor issue, or since the All-Star break, he has 1 win. He's gone over 5 innings once. Tonight he made it to 5 innings. He's not going to lose the game. But something isn't right with this guy. 20 pitches the first inning, 24 the second. He finished with 93 through 5 innings. I'm starting to get a little worried about him. Now, you gave him $130 million. He was an all-star. He has been as advertised, but since the all-star break, since the adductor injury, he got the sniffies one day. He got pushed back. He got hit around twice. He made it out of the last start. Tonight he made it five innings. I'm starting to worry about him a little bit. And I'm not going to use Adley Rutschman as the catcher or any of that because it was happened before the trade deadline. But I'm starting to get a little concerned there. But overall, the Red Sox absolutely rolled this weekend. Another week, they went 5-1 on their homestand this week. 5-1. And it was the return of Rafael Devers, who finished 1 for 10, got swept in his return, and empty calories. That's what that guy is. Wee home run. Sucked the rest of the series. Now, Saturday night's comeback was really cool. Down 2-0. They have a chance in the 8th inning with Adley Rutschman at the plate to tie or win the game. He doesn't get out. He doesn't get a hit, and they go to the 9th. And Mr. Nick Sogard, Street Team Joe's boy, the guy who goes, "What?" Joe, turn your mic on. Do you think that you have you yourself have created the Nick Sogard hitting streak that we currently have?
Joe, this is not the first time this has happened to me before. I am famous.
Remember Baylor Shireman?
Baylor Shireman. That happened.
Remember you thought what does this guy do on the court?
Yeah. See, at the time I have these I even said a couple of weeks ago, and this one's yet to be proven, I was not a biggest fan of Kyle Williams. I thought he was a complete bust. Get him off my team, and he's starting to make plays. Mm-hmm. I think I am responsible for Nick Sogard because I did claim get this guy off my team. He's the most boring Red Sox player I've ever witnessed in my life. And since then, he's been the second coming of Dustin Pedroia.
He's been good.
And I think I also quit on the team, the Red Sox team, and canceled my Nesson subscription maybe like 1 week before they went on their official run. And then I looked like an idiot having to re-download the app.
Yeah, speaking of looking like an idiot, Street Team Joe texts our group chat August 14th, 2026, says, Nick Sogard is my enemy. He has to be the most boring baseball player I've ever watched. Nick Sogard, since August 14th, has batted .351 with 13 hits, 2 home runs, 6 RBIs, and 9 runs scored in 10 games. The Street Team Joe curse might be real.
Tied the game on Saturday night. Mm-hmm. So you got those numbers. I got this from Brian Barrett of The Ringer. Since July 29th, he has a .421 OBP. It's 11th in baseball. His walk ratio, because, again, when you go to bet walks every night, he is the favorite every night. I thought it was the Wilson Contreras one tonight with Skaz was 251 or something.
No, we were on that early.
So, but I mean, I'm still betting it. And his out of zone swing percentage, whatever that means, is 10th. I don't know how much Chad Tracy is going to have an involvement with the Red Sox and how they handle their roster now until September 1st with the Yankee series looming. How the hell do you take Sogard out of the lineup for Trevor Story? You can't. Right? You can't. You're gonna take Monasterio out for Trevor Story?
If you had to choose, which one would you go, Joe?
I would go Sogard and Monasterio. We've had enough of Trevor Story. Enough. More stories than Stephen King, that guy. How many chances does he need? No. They depended on him to be a captain. He can't be the captain. They wanted him to be the unk. He couldn't even be the unk. He can't play short.
Well, don't you think it's kind of interesting that he didn't rejoin the team like we were told he was going to on Friday or Saturday this past weekend?
So what happened was they sent him and IKF back to Fenway. Today, they sent him to Worcester. So now Roman Anthony, IKF, and Trevor Story are at Worcester for tomorrow's game, I should say. Tomorrow. The only one I want on Friday when they play the Yankees is Roman Anthony. And I hope the Red Sox do the right thing over the next 6 days. After today, they'll have 6 days. Don't bring these guys up. Get to September 1st and raise the roster. To put Siegler down, who's probably the guy who would go, to bring up Trevor Story's a bad look. I'm sorry. He's not. I don't know if he's ready. I don't think he's a shortstop. And you know what I'm really upset about? Is Franklin Arias is hitting the cover off the baseball and not even getting a sniff. Because they're worried about IKF and Trevor Story. I like IKF. He's called out the team this year. I like that. But this weekend, New York Yankees, I hope they're not forcing these guys in the lineup for the Yankee series. Because I think you can beat the Yankees with what you have right now. But I will tell you, Mickey Gasper or Roman Anthony. Now we got ourselves a Sophie's Choice Street Team, Joe. I don't know about you, Skaz. Mickey Gasper or Roman Anthony?
How dare you put Mickey Gasper in that? No, I'm kidding. But, I mean it's going to be tough putting him
3
down.
home runs in a week.
Would you keep Gasper over Story, too?
Well, I mean, the thing is, you can only have 26 guys on the roster.
So it's 4 on the 4 hitters on the bench, or am I mistaken?
Yeah, and then on a doubleheader, you can have an extra guy.
So what would your hitters on the bench be right now, Joe? They're going to keep Eli White,
I would say
right? It looks
Eli
like.
White. Oof.
Jahmai Jones? Is he a lock?
So Jahmai Jones is batting .550 since being called up.
So there's 2.
Sogard.
Yeah. Well, are we just assuming Story's taking his
Well, you
place?
need another utility guy. Monasterio would be the guy.
Yeah.
Or one of them. Anyways, I don't know, Joe. I have to think about it now.
Yeah. Because then, like you said, when Roman comes up, then you got to take off another one.
You're gonna have to lose the outfielder.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's write all this down for later. Should we do our September lineups or Yankee series lineup? Maybe we can do that. All right. Hey, guys, football. Evan Lazar, Patriots.com. He's going to join us next here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
You're listening to
Patriots are making moves, which I did not expect today. I didn't expect it, but it happened. Kayshon Boutte, no longer a member of the New England Patriots, heading to the Houston Texans for safety Jalen Reed and a 7th-round pick in 2028. Let's bring in Evan Lazar of Patriots.com. He's also the Catch-22 podcast as well, and he's joining us here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. Evan, how you doing tonight, buddy?
I'm doing great, Joe. How are you?
Were you surprised to hear the move after all the depth talk from both Elliott Wolf and Mike Vrabel? Were you surprised to see them move a depth wide receiver from their team today?
Not totally shocked, no. I think the writing on the wall with Kayshon Boutte has been there really going back to the spring when I think Karen reported Grecian of Mass Live that he had requested a trade, and that the team obviously had a logjam there, and they traded a player from an area of depth for a player where they don't feel like they have as good a depth. So I'm sure that there's a lot of people scratching their heads that all they could get for Kayshon Boutte was Jalen Reed in a future 7th-round pick, but I would just say to that, I think he's been available and on the market for some time now, and it didn't seem like they were getting blown away by a lot of offers. And I think a lot of people on the beat, myself included, have been saying, hey, I don't think the market is as hot for Kayshon Boutte as Patriots fans are for Kayshon Boutte, or just us here locally. And that's kind of how it ended up playing out, I feel like.
Why not just keep him and finish out the year? And if he goes somewhere else, don't you get a compensatory pick?
In theory, unless they spend in free agency next offseason, then those things can, mathematically they can offset each other and things like that. I would assume, and this is just a guess and an assumption, but this is probably more driven from the fact that they felt like, not that he was going to be disgruntled completely, but that he wasn't going to be totally happy with the role that he was going to have this year. And with Mike Vrabel's comments the other day about their depth, I think that they really want to go out and add some players at positions where they feel like they're thin. So again, you trade from a surplus to get a guy in here in Jalen Reed to fill out some depth on defense. But I think the main reason probably is just you got 7 receivers in that room. AJ Brown and Romeo Dobbs are going to be such a huge part of what they're going to do moving forward. Even if one of those guys get hurt, I think you do really want to see some evolution from Kyle Williams, some development there. Mac Hollins is still here, so you still have a lot of depth there at that position, even if, let's say, the worst case scenario happens and one of those top 2 guys get hurt.
Why don't you give us a breakdown of Jalen Reed? I know over on Twitter about an hour ago you had some audio and broke down some of the coverages he's played before.
Yeah.
Is this a depth piece that could fill behind Kevin Byard?
So I'm excited about the idea of Jalen Reed. I don't know if we can say the player is fully there yet. Just as a younger player in the league that's only really played about 170 defensive snaps between the regular season and playoffs last year. But I'm excited about the idea of that kind of player, because I think it's the one thing that this defense in the secondary was missing was a bigger nickel, a safety that can play in the box, that can play in the slot, that can cover tight ends, that can play the run, almost like a linebacker in a safety body at 6 feet, 212 pounds. Jalen Reed has that ability to do that. And I think that when you looked at the way teams last year had success against them, Joe, it was bulking up. It was putting multiple tight ends on the field. It was running the football. It was, going at what really was standard 3-corner nickel. They were playing a lot of that. It was their most used personnel grouping almost 70% of the time. And it was Carlton Davis and Gonzo and Marcus Jones. And, now it'll be Kevin Byard and Craig Woodson. And those were the 5 guys. Last year was Jalen Hawkins instead of Byard. And if you look at the Super Bowl, Joe, what did Seattle do? They put 2 tight ends on the field and they handed the ball off to Kenneth Walker. And that's how they won that game offensively. So I think in theory, Jalen Reed gives them that option to put a bigger body, a bigger frame in that slot role, and hopefully be able to be a little stouter against the run, but not lose a ton coverage wise. So in some ways, I think that he adds depth at safety and almost kind of adds depth at linebacker in a way too, because I think he's going to play some of those dime backer looks, and that I think is something that could be really fun and flexible for Mike Vrabel and Zach Core. So again, I don't know if I'm necessarily saying that Jalen Reed is there yet as a player, but the role that I think they have in mind for him is something that I can get excited about.
Yeah, and he played for a really good defense, so he was probably coached well. And coming into another season, I mean, I get it. I get why they made this move today. I get why they made the move. I guess why today, and well, brings me to the other discussion that happened. I know you were at the game. I was working the game here at the station. I had a chance to hear Elliot Wolf talk to the McCourties and Zoe about, a couple of things. One was he mentioned how when the Eagles ran right down the field that, he's watching the backups and, maybe they could use more help, kind of mentioning depth. And then Vrabel after the game mentioned the depth. So I immediately took it as, is this Vrabel talking about, whether it's Mayo's drafts or Belichick's drafts? But as I'm thinking about it in the move today, are they both kind of in it together to, I don't know, either lean on ownership to help out with depth, or maybe Christian Gonzalez to get a deal done? So that's why I'm bringing up today the Kayshon Boutte. Does it have anything to do with anything they said or even Christian Gonzalez?
I don't think so, other than the fact that the depth at safety and I guess really on defense is an area that I think that they needed to address, and so if you take those comments at face value, I think linebacker and safety depth behind Woodson and Byard, they've tried a lot of different combinations there, Joe, in the summer, whether it's Mike Brown, Del Pettis. John Saunders has been a really good story in training camp, and I definitely have John Saunders stock, but he's someone that still consistently is running with the 2s and 3s and playing in these preseason games. So I'm not sure that they necessarily are as crazy about the interceptions that he's had in practice as the media is. So when you look at that group, it was just thin, and I think overall they feel like that's the case throughout the roster pretty much, probably only at a couple positions they feel great about, like wide receiver. So, I don't necessarily think it's like anything to do with some of the points like Gonzalez or ownership or anything like that. I think this has to do with the fact that they feel like their roster is not deep enough in certain areas, and this one does address it. Maybe it's a little bit surprising that it wasn't like an edge rusher or a true linebacker or something like that. But like I said earlier, I think that you can get to a place with the Jalen Reed idea of Jalen Reed and that role that he could play in the slot and in the box, and understand how he could help out the defense a lot.
Evan Lazar joining us from Patriots.com, the Catch-22 podcast. All right, Evan, I want to ask you about this one. I pitched it earlier to the guys, and I don't really know if they gave me an opinion, so I'm curious about yours. Demario Douglas is still here. I'm kind of over it. Like, I know what he can do. I see it in practice. I think he's still a gadget guy. I feel like the targets that maybe he could get per game, if you gave it to Efton Chisholm would produce. Is there a chance that Pop Douglas isn't here, and could Efton Chisholm rise up the I know Efton Chisholm's what he is, the speed, all that. I just feel like he's a very productive receiver.
Yeah, I think they're different, and the Pop Douglas evolution here and why he's been getting so much run in training camp. My view on it is that A.J. Brown and Romeo Doubs, for as talented as they are and all the things that they bring to the table, neither one of those guys, especially at this stage for A.J. Brown, are speed demons, right? And none of those guys are really stressing the defense with any sort of like down the field vertical speed. Now, it's a little different the way Pop does it. Like, maybe he's a little bit quicker than he is fast, but he brings an explosiveness or speed dynamic to that offense that they just kind of need. Maybe Kyle Williams is also another guy like that. So I think that would be the concern to me. Maybe Chisholm's a little sturdier in there. He's a bigger frame. He's a bigger body. He could probably block a little bit better than Pop Douglas can. Maybe he's a little bit more well-versed or well-schooled in some of the zone coverages and finding the soft spots and stuff like that. But if you roll out there, Joe, a skill position group of A.J. Brown, Efton Chisholm, Romeo Doubs, Hunter Henry, Ramondre Stevenson on third down, you just don't have a ton of speed on the field. And I don't think it's all about speed all the time, but you have to have some sort of vertical stretch element to your offense. Otherwise, here come the safeties. They're all sitting on those out routes and in the digs and the slants and all that kind of stuff. It just feels like you get very, very condensed offensively at that point. So whether it's Pop Douglas, whether it's Kyle Williams taking that next step, I think what gives them a ton of value on this roster, both those guys, is that they're the two guys other than Henderson out of the backfield that bring some real speed to this group.
All right, Evan, how do you feel about Drake May and the offense not getting a look this preseason?
I'm mostly okay with it because, like, is it really going to change our minds that if they play 10 snaps on Thursday night, like, we're going to feel so much better that they got some run in the preseason? I don't necessarily think it's that huge of a deal. Maybe the only thing that I would say to that on the other side would be he is breaking in two new receivers that he's never thrown to in a game right now, and A.J. Brown and Romeo Doubs. So I think that they've made huge strides in practice, and I'm very bullish on what they could do this year in general. But if you're looking to start hot out of the gate and looking to really compete against Seattle in week 1 and things like that, that's important to them and important to you as a football team, then I guess that would be the one pushback I would have, is that it's just different in a game to have that kind of speed and that kind of feel for throwing to those guys than it is in practice, even in a joint practice. I think it was Hunter Henry today said it's like practice is one speed, joint practices goes up a little bit, preseason it goes up a little bit more, and then regular season it goes up a lot more, right? So there's just a difference in levels there in terms of just overall speed of the game and things like that. So I wouldn't mind it. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say that I would care if they did play, but I don't necessarily think they have to either. The only thing I would say is, like, maybe just to get Drake May and those receivers some run.
All right, man. Are you going to Cleveland this week?
I am going to Cleveland this week, so that should be fun.
What a interesting place right now. We don't have to talk about that, but Deshaun Watson and all that. Oh my God! I maybe he's going to start the season because they're on the road. Maybe that's what they're doing there. But just I wanted to ask you about DeGeneres. I do it in the game the other night. I go, hey, who's number 23? Who's number 23? Is he a practice squad candidate? Or is it a feel-good story for the preseason?
Yeah, I think him and Cameron Dorner, who's the 88, he's the other receiver that's made some plays late in these preseason games. If it was any other year, Joe, in that wide receiver room, we would be talking up both these guys like they're the next big thing. Unfortunately for both of them, they just picked the 1 year out of the last, like, let's call it 10, probably since I've been covering the team. This is the worst possible year to be an undrafted rookie free agent at wide receiver for the Patriots. If this was 2 or 3 years ago, then they would have been the talk of the summer, some of these UDFA receivers. So tough year for that. Definitely practice squad candidates. They part of this booty trade too. He's on an expiring contract, as is Demario Douglas, as is Mac Hollins. So they're going to have some turnover in that room next year. I don't think all those guys are necessarily going to be back. Obviously, Booty's definitely not going to be back now. So they might have some open spots in that room next year, or maybe in the future that they don't currently have now, where they have this depth with all these veterans in there. So maybe worth keeping one of those guys or two of those guys around on the practice squad and letting them try out for the team again next year.
All right, I got one more for you. If the season ended, if the regular preseason ended today, who would be the third running back if they did keep a third running back? I don't think they're going to, but if they did with the Travion Henderson news today, who would they keep?
I like your thought process there. I don't necessarily think they're going to keep all three of these running backs on the active roster to begin the season. But the way the practice squad elevations work now, like, you can just call one of those guys up. You have three of those until he's out of them. Is there really any big difference between Landon Larison and Jam Miller and Hassan Haskins and all these third running backs? If I had to say if they are going to keep all three of those guys, I think Larison got a lot of praise from Vrabel over the last couple of days. I think he really liked, he called it gritty, type of performance that he had on Saturday night. some of those short yardage runs. You see a skill set there of Patriots of old, where he's, sub package back, out of the gun, catch passes out of the backfield, run out of the gun in short yardage, like those types of things. So I think he's got a ability there with that skill set to translate nicely into this offense. And then you add the kickoff return element as well, and he can do that too. So Jam Miller might be a better pure between the tackles runner than Len Larison, but I just think Len Larison's a little bit more versatile with the fact that he can play in the passing game as well. So I would say right now, early lead, I guess late lead. Right now we're a week away to Len Larison, but I don't mind your thought there about them maybe just rolling with 2 and worrying about it when they get to Seattle.
I know you love football, but this has been a pretty bad preseason, right?
Just like in terms of the Patriots or across the league or all of the above?
Well, yeah, I think across the league too, man.
All of the above is the right answer. I understand why it would drive me nuts if I was still on the fan side of things and I wasn't at all the practices and stuff like that. They just don't put any stock into these preseason games anymore. All the stock goes into the joint practices. And the 2 days against the Eagles last week, Drake May and the starters got over 50 reps in those practices between the 2 days combined. Only people that saw it were the people that got to come out and see it in person with their own eyes. That's a bummer, but that's where all it goes. And there's one reason and one reason only. The quarterback is wearing a red non-contact jersey. They can't hit him. Yeah, that's the only reason. And none of these teams are going to go into these preseason games. The Bengals, they played Joe Burrow, I think in their opener, and he got hit a couple of times pretty good, and everybody was like, "What are you doing?" Right? Like, it just is less and less and less that we're going to see it, and all these joint practices are really what it's all about now, and that I do think is a shame, because I think that there's a lot to be said for the fact that there's paying customers in the stands, there's people that want to watch it on TV, and not all of them, have the ability, because they have real jobs, unlike me, to go down there and watch practice on a Tuesday afternoon or a Wednesday afternoon. So that's something I do think the league needs to think about a little bit long term.
All right, Evan Lazar, great job, man. Appreciate you giving us the whole breakdown, and I wish you luck going to Cleveland this week.
Thanks. I'm going to have a blast. Thanks, Joe.
Hey, the Hall of Fame. You can go to the Rock and Roll Hall of the Football Hall of Fame, too, is out there.
Yes, the Football Hall of Fame. Maybe we'll make that trip. That's not too far.
You got it. Evan, appreciate your time, man. Thank you so much.
No problem, Joe. Thanks for having me.
You got it. He's Evan Lazar. Everybody check him out. Patriots.com, Catch 22. A lot of good stuff there. He's there, so he knows more than I do. And that's why we have him on. Speaking of that, Aurora Pedwell. You guys know her. Maybe you've heard her on the afternoon show, or maybe Zoe ripping her for no reason at all on the midday show. She's going to be here on the night show because her last day is tomorrow. And for some reason, I don't know what it is, but I love all the interns and I love to talk to them. So she's going to join us next and do In or Out here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Sports Hub headlines.
Well, Patriots traded Kayshon Boutte today to the Texans. 7th round pick they got in 2028. And somebody named Reed, Jalen Reed. He played last year. We don't know anything about him. And Travion Henderson got hurt today, and then they're going to play in Cleveland. The final preseason game, they have to end it. It'll be this week. Right now, Miami and Boston tied at 1. Red Sox, well, look at only went 5 innings, but Mickey Gaspa, kid. I know.
What's good? What's good? I'm glad.
So I will only call you Aurora.
Sounds good. Also, I can't hear you, Joe.
Oh,
I don't know
could
how
it
to
be
do
her?
this.
Could it be her? Could it be try the knob?
No, it's all the way up.
No.
Do I have to press a button?
Take the plug of the headphones and just pull it out just ever so
I
slightly.
can't hear Skaz's instructions.
Take the plug out.
Okay.
Do you have your
just
own?
barely.
Do you have your own headphones?
Yeah, but they're like a quarter-inch jack.
Okay.
Does that work?
That works very well, actually.
Okay.
Hang on.
Testing.
Nothing.
Oh, Aurora, you broke
Here,
something.
do you want me to go grab mine?
Joe, can you help her, please? Anyways, we're back here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. If you want to talk to Aurora, 617-779-0985. Her last day is tomorrow, but the reason why I wanted her on tonight is because Derek Olson's last day is tomorrow. So I would like to give our interns a send-off. You reached out to me and said, Joe, what do you want to talk about? It is not my responsibility to come up with things to talk about, Aurora. And I know she can't hear me really that well right now. But
Thank you so much.
Joe, are these your headphones, by the way, these things here?
What?
These things
The one
don't
she
work.
has on her head.
Well, those are my own ones.
Yeah, how do they work? Here,
They
you take
don't.
those now.
There you go.
They should
Wait,
be
hold
plugged in
on.
there. You just have to fidget the thing a little bit.
We tried.
Not that everyone's the best.
You did a good job, Joe.
Here.
Are you going to do in or out with us?
Well, those are my headphones.
Oh,
We'll figure out the headphones during the
way
break.
loud. Okay.
Good?
Yes. There we go.
Okay. So, Aurora,
Yes.
because you weren't directly my intern, even though I did talk to you first, the number one rule with me when it comes to interns, always have headphones.
I have my headphones.
I'm not saying you don't. I'm just saying you have to now bring that with you the rest of your life now. So if you have an intern, the number one rule has to be you need headphones. Do you know why that's my rule? Because
that your
when
rule?
I was an intern, there were two interns. I brought my headphones. The other guy didn't. I got on the air. He didn't. Cut him right off
Smart.
because I had the upper hand.
Well, I have my headphones, but
you did.
Skaz was like, "Oh, like just use those in there." So
It's okay. No. You did fine. I'm just telling you that was the number one.
Okay.
That was my number one rule of all time.
Noted. I'll write that down.
And I did get Riley quarter inches that I can't find because she always needed a quarter inch for some reason. When really you could have just plugged it into the headphone jack, but I just didn't want to disagree, so I went with it. How are you today?
I'm doing fantastic.
So may I say something about you? Mm-hmm. I don't think people realize you go to Bryant College. You live in Rhode Island still right now? Mm-hmm. You take a train,
Yes.
and
Yes,
then
I
you
do.
take buses,
Yes, I do.
and then you walk from downtown Waltham to here.
No, I don't walk from downtown Waltham. That would be too much. I take a bus down to Providence Station from Bryant University. I take the T from Providence Station all the way to South Station. I hop on the red line, and then I take another bus, and then I take another bus, and that spits me out right in front. So, yeah, that's my commute.
So how long have you been up today?
I was up at 5:30 this morning.
And that's all to work a 2 to 6 internship.
Well, I went to the gym this morning. So I got up early for that.
And
But
you use the facility here or the one there?
no, I use the facility at Bryant.
Okay.
But I leave my dorm around 9:30 and I get here just before 1. No, it's not that bad. I like the train. I really do. I have a soft spot for the T. It makes me feel like an adult. It makes me feel independent. And I got to see a lot of Boston during my time here. A lot of painful moments of watching it pass right by me. But you know what? It's just a life lesson.
What would you give the rating of the train here in the city? For 1 to 10.
Okay. I have experienced really fast high-speed trains in China. So those are fun. So I don't want to compare it to that though.
Do they really push everybody into the subways in China?
Yeah.
That's a real
hectic.
thing?
It's hectic. Yes, I have I've had like trauma for being like separated from my family. That's a different story for later, but it is true that it's packed. Like if you're on the public transportation in China, like limbs are like spilling out the side.
Yeah. Have you ever seen that, Skaz or Joe? When we're on the train down here, we just wait for the next one. We're like, I'm not cramming in there.
Yeah, no.
In China, they actually have people who are pushers.
Yep.
Who push people onto the train. Mm-hmm. Insane.
It's competitive out there because if you don't get on that train, you're gonna be late to work, and if you're late to work, there's other like 10 million people who want your job. It's really competitive environment out there. But out of 10, I would rate Boston Transit. I'd give it an 8.
What?
I would give it an 8. Yes, I would.
Boo.
I have never felt unsafe. Well, I have never felt unsafe on the public transportation. One time on the bus.
Forget about the safety. What about it working?
It works fine. I've only ever had my train canceled once. But besides that, it's been reliable. I'm a big fan of the Red Line. I love the views from there, but overall, I'd give it an 8 out of 10.
This is the best press the T has had in years, Joe.
Man, you might need a gig.
Really? Do people not like the T around here?
The T is horrifically horrible.
Aurora being
Why?
the voice of the T.
Voice of the T, absolutely not.
I grew up in Boston. I took the Orange Line.
Okay.
It was bad, and it was not safe. And then when I was I used to work in tech, and so I would get to the train station early, and get on the train. And sometimes some people would throw up on you. Sometimes the train wouldn't work. One time the train was on fire, and people jumped off into the Mystic River. The Green Line is a horrible place. The Red Line sometimes never works. It's growing up in Boston, I have PTSD from taking the train. So if I can not take the train, I won't. And you know that Zoe has never taken the train, right?
Yeah, but that's so, like he's probably getting driven places. I don't know.
There was a time we were doing the show, Joe, where I believe it was the Orange Line caught fire and people had to jump into the water.
And the Mystic, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody was like, the train
I'm
or
done.
the Mystic?
I'm getting off.
Because I'm there. I will never jump in the Charles River and the Mystic River. Out. You won't even see me at Carson's Beach in Southie, okay?
Okay.
Just, I don't go on those waters, but people rather be in the water than on the train. So you've had good train experiences then.
I have. I really have. What's another place in the U.S. that you would say it has a good train system?
And you know what? You're probably right because I'm an American from Boston who probably who's been uncultured and hasn't taken the train elsewhere. The one in Vegas is fantastic. They have like a, what do you call those things? They're at Disney World too.
Like a monorail?
Monorails rule. They rule. They're awesome. Anyways.
I haven't had other train experiences in the U.S. I've been around public transportation in Toronto, in Calgary, in China. Those are my real experiences with public transportation. And I'd say Boston's doing just fine.
All right. Well, Kendra agrees with you. She's texting me saying you're right.
I am right.
All right. Aurora is right. Should we make sure it's say that? Aurora's right. Would you like to play in or out with us? Do you know the game?
I would love nothing more.
Do you know what the game is, though?
Yeah, I would just say in or out. I'm in on that. Yeah, I would do it.
You're in on playing in or out.
I'm in on playing in or out.
Okay, we're going to do that now. So that'll be fun. And then, I don't know. We'll see what else you have in store for us. All right. This hour of the Sports has been brought to you by the train. No, Valvoline is an oil change. Enjoy quick and convenient vehicle maintenance this month. Visit NewEnglandOilChange.com. You can save 15% off an extra round oil change. Valvoline is an oil change, the official oil change of busy people. We have in or out next. Aurora Pedwell is here. She is the Felger and Mez intern. I can't wait till you tell everybody how you got your internship. We'll do that later. And in or out next here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Don't go anywhere. There's more Joe Murray. On the way on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
What's it gonna be, McFly? Are you in or out?
He is off to the Texans. The Patriots did practice today, and Christian Gonzalez was present. Also, Travion Henderson left the day and left practice with a lower leg injury. The Red Sox in Miami right now, tied at 2. Ranger Danger Suarez out for the night. It's now a 2-2 game. Mickey Gasper with an RBI single, and this one, Wilyer Brayu scored on a wild pitch to tie the game. Headlines, they are brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Nope. Brought to you by Boston Prolotherapy. Where's our friend? Don't let joint pain keep you off the course or trail. Eliminate that pain with Dr. Franke of Boston Prolotherapy. I'm Joe Murray, not Dobie.
This is what happens when analysts take over the game, take over the sport.
This is where you talk sports.
It happens all the time.
The Sports Hub.
Are you in or out? Gotta know without a doubt. I'm the one you need for a dirty deed. I'm the best. Success is guaranteed.
I had to park right behind him because we leave together.
Get him, Joe.
And when I pulled in, I realized his car wasn't there, and I was upset. I always laugh when things are uncomfortable, but that story happened on Saturday. So yes, I was looking for someone's ass to park behind. And I didn't know whose car it was, and then it wasn't even fun anymore. I left with Tom Morgan and Kevin Maggiore, who couldn't get out of here fast enough on Saturday night. Anyways, it's in or out. What do we got tonight?
Yes, in or out, a Monday, August 24th edition. Welcome in, Joe. Welcome in, Aurora. Let's see, where do we want to start, in or out tonight? Let's start at the movies. Always a common place for in or out. We got news earlier today that there is another sequel in the works. Are we in or out on a How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days sequel with Matthew McConaughey and Kate Hudson reprising their roles?
I'm going to have to be out on that one. I absolutely loved the first movie, but I absolutely hate when they try to revamp things and try to, make it what it was. Because you just can't. You just can't get that same essence, that same vibe, 20 years later. You can't. And it's just a little disappointing. Like they did that with Mean Girls 2. That was a flop. I'm trying to think of other ones. But do you know what I'm talking about, Joe?
Oh, the Mean Girls was a flop.
That one was awful.
You know what else was the new Footloose movie? Out. The what was the one with
Roadhouse.
Roadhouse, out. I watched that the other night because that's how bad it is. You know what? I watch bad movies. Have I ever told you about this?
Like for fun? Like cuz?
Yeah.
Not accidentally.
No, well, it's more accidental, I would say. But the other night I watched Roadhouse because it was on, and I just wanted to watch how bad it was. What was the other one? Don't Put Baby in a Corner. What was that one? Dirty Dancing. They did that one. Out.
I just don't like it when they revamp things. The only successful revamp, I will say, however, was Incredibles 2.
Well, I like the Incredibles.
I like the Incredibles too.
I liked well, it's not really me, but I liked 21 Jump Street and 22 Jump Street.
That's different though. They were made in the same time. You know what I mean? When they try to redo it 20 years later, later, it's just not the same. It's just leave it how it was.
Ooh. Okay.
You know what I mean? And let people enjoy that. If you really need publicity on it, I don't know. Find a different way.
Do you know what movie I liked? Do you remember the Mel Gibson movie, What Women Want? And he could hear what they were thinking in their head? That'd be what the hell's going on here.
He's lost.
He's hard at work.
Joe, for a change, I was actually hard at work. I was doing hour 2 of the podcast.
Hey, what were you eating over there when I was watching you?
Did you get a picture of that?
I did. I actually took a video of you.
Oh, God.
Street Team Joe comes in, hey, man, what do you want cut? And I'm like, we can do the Lazar if you want, maybe that opening segment, whatever you want. And he's like, all right, cool. He runs into the kitchen and just eats a sub right in front of me. So I wanted to...
Had to fake like he was, yeah, Joe, what do you want cut?
No, he was going to work. I just have it right here. I have literally just watching him eat a sub, and then he looks up and he sees me. Is that a steak and cheese?
It was no cheese. I'm not doing dairy anymore, but it was a steak and peppers and pickles.
Okay, from Prime?
This was from, I worked at Rev's game yesterday, so Prime wasn't open on Sundays. I went Carl's Steaks.
Carl's, okay, very good.
It was
You run
okay.
the
You know, I
cars?
miss cheese.
that the one that-
I'll be in and out.
Are you in on How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days too?
No, but I did like 21, the new 21 and 22 Jump Street.
Okay, you heard that. Then. All right. Next.
All right, this is a question that I asked Sean Silver on Friday, but it feels like a night show Joe Murray question, so I have to re-ask it again. But a scientist who consulted on the Pentagon UFO programs claims the government is storing at least 4 alien species inside secret military facilities. Are we in or out on there being 4 alien species currently held on our great Earth?
Aurora.
Oh my gosh. Like, do I like it?
No.
Am I in or out?
Believe. Are you in or out?
Oh my.
So I'm in. I'm in. You can think about it. I'm in. Listen, they've already come out with actual, factual information of other life being. So in Aurora, you know, you've been all over the world. There has to be more than just one species on this earth, don't you think?
You mean in the universe?
In the universe.
Yeah.
Yes.
I do believe that there are aliens. I do believe that we are not alone. Do I think that they're holding 4? I don't know. How many times have we been through this, though? As a country, how many times has the same report been released?
But they just released the records and it showed that they were true.
What did the records say? They're
well, in Massachusetts, they had 4 alien sightings and documentations alone. Yeah,
we had that for years. We've had that for years.
Now they've been hiding it from us. Is the point? And now they've released the files.
They come out publicly with it.
Yes, the president did that this year.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I'm uninformed. Well, then I guess I'm in. Sure. I'm excited. Let's go. New friends. Come
All
on.
right, new friends. Sure. Joe?
Have you guys seen it's not new, the Bob Lazar documentary on Netflix?
No.
Pretty insightful. He was a man working there who eventually...
Any relation to Evan?
No. Bob Lazar's the Area 51 guy who was kicked out.
Yeah.
And then he started telling some stuff, and all of a sudden the CIA goes to his house, arrest him and stuff like that. And
he's a conspiracy theorist.
He's a conspiracy theorist, but he allegedly did actually work on Area 51.
He was employed, yes.
He was employed there.
Yep.
So, I'm a conspiracy guy myself. I would like to think that what he was saying was true, and they have located spaceships and aliens and stuff like that.
Lazar also got in trouble for the same thing that Jed York has today.
Oh,
has he?
Yeah.
Don't.
So.
Okay, so who knows?
It's hard to... Eric Miller, better trade than Adley Rutschman. We'll do that in a little bit. Next.
Sure, we mentioned a little NFL there with Jed York being in the news today. About some other NFL news in the state of Ohio. Are we in or out on Deshaun Watson being named QB1 in Cleveland?
Out! I am out on that. He sucks. He blows. I'm sorry. He's not the same guy. Since... What? He sucks. He blows. He has not been the same quarterback that we saw, 5 years ago, something like that. He can't, when he's healthy and he's on the field, he sucks. And he can barely stay on the field now. He's had 2 season-ending injuries. Was it 23, 24, season-ending, 25? How much did he play? I don't remember. I can't keep up with that. It's like the Real Housewives of the Cleveland Browns. It's just too much. You know what I mean? But I think that they should give Shador a chance. Shador and Dylan Gabriel wasn't bad either. I think he had 7 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last year. He was pretty good while he was in. He didn't have a whole lot of yardage, but he got the job done. That's what I'm saying.
Aurora, I'm impressed with you. That was a very good take.
Thank you. He sucks. He blows. I feel like it's a pretty common take. It's nothing extraordinary.
I think that when you were presented the question, you gave a take.
Thank you.
No, because some people are he might deserve a shot, The only thing that makes sense to me about Deshaun Watson playing is their first 2 games are on the road. And maybe he'll suck so bad that when they come home, Shedeur Sanders gets the job.
What I hated even more was
That's me
his
trying
press
to make
conference.
sense of it, by the way.
Yeah, what I
His
hated
press
even
conference
more.
sucked.
It's
He
so
cared about money and coming back more than, people only talk about my massage parlor stuff than football.
Oh, like my personal stuff, blah blah blah. Like, no, like then he got asked the question, like, do you think that you would get less boos if you played better? And he's like, nah, it's all personal. He played like garbage in that preseason game.
He did.
Out in plain sight, like you can't hide that. I don't know what does he think that he did well? Is he delusional?
I think people with that kind of money who think that they can do whatever they want are delusional. So yes, but we're out.
We're out.
Joe?
I was going to add something, but honestly, Aurora took the cake.
That was a good
She said it all.
I gotta tell you,
Everything I felt.
If you sent that take out to somebody,
Okay.
they would probably be like, "Ooh, this girl's got a little bit of like spark," you know.
I wasn't picturing hearing her just come out like he sucks, he blows.
Well, this is how
that was like a Felger.
But,
Like that was under
more
the
of a
Felger
Maz.
tree.
I was going to say she's now part of the Felger Maz tree.
He blows.
You know?
And Rutschman
I learned from the
fatty. Rutschman fatty.
No, it's good. It's good that you've learned that. That's kind of Maz's thing.
Yeah.
Maz loves to fat shame and tell people that they suck and blow.
He sucks. He blows.
When I was talking to Skaz, that whenever I hear something good, I always go, save that. So you said something good. All right,
you.
next.
Yes, Aurora heading back to school soon. This from our friends over at Cup Noodles. They have launched a $70 dorm room survival kit for college students. It includes ramen, an electric kettle, and an egg cooker. Are we in or out on a $70 dorm room survival kit from Cup Noodles?
Out. 100% out. I do not like Cup of Noodles. The only times that I would ever see myself eating that, actually never. I would never see myself eating that, ever. I was going to say maybe if it was like late at night and I like came back and it was like, nothing to eat, I'm starving, then I would eat that. But like, absolutely not. I'd rather starve, honestly, because Cup of Noodles has so much sodium. It makes you so puffy. It makes you feel like garbage. I wake up feeling hungover after eating Cup of Noodles. I don't know. Maybe I'm just hypersensitive to the way my body feels. But Cup of Noodles, out. Don't like that. Kettle, like what? That's like $20 on Amazon. Egg cooker, I don't know. Put it in the kettle.
So if there
like
were,
that's 2-in-1 right there.
If there were to be an Aurora survival kit, what product would it be?
Oh, Aurora survival kit. I love tuna. I love canned tuna. Like, are we talking about like
one of your first appearances?
Like Bumblebee?
Here, you talked about how people shouldn't bring fish into work, and then you realized that you bring tuna into work quite often.
I know.
Our kitchen does smell pretty bad right now.
Oh.
So hang on.
Hey, Joe, have you been outside of the studio at all in the last 20 minutes?
Nope.
I know.
Well, maybe during the break before Aurora's next segment, don't go into the kitchen, but
gonna
just
fishy?
take a whiff.
Okay.
Not quite fishy.
Okay,
Quite fishy.
so you like tuna fish?
I do like tuna.
But you like poke, or is it?
I love poke.
Okay,
I like
okay.
canned tuna too. I think the macros are great.
Okay. But like a canned tuna, is it a Bumblebee? Is there a certain kind that you like?
No, just canned
do
tuna.
you,
I love
do you
canned
get the
tuna.
water out first before you?
Oh, of course.
Do you
That's
put
nasty.
mayo on it?
No, I don't.
You just eat it raw?
Well, no, I sometimes mix it with like Greek yogurt, or I add a little bit of mayo for
Never
some
had
fats.
Tuna and yogurt?
Okay.
What?
No. You just got to do it right. You got to season it right. I know it sounds kind of weird. I'm talking about like strawberry, fruity, sugary,
not like a
yogurt.
Chobani strawberry yogurt
I'm talking about just like a plain old Greek yogurt, 0%.
with tuna in it.
Well, you mix it, okay, and then you season it. That's the key. Because Greek yogurt can either go salty or sweet, and a lot of people miss out on the salty potential of Greek yogurt.
Joe, would you eat this?
I would. Aurora, am I? Would you question me if I ate like chicken salad with, the mayo and the nuts and the grapes in it? Like that's one of my favorite lunches. And people
love
make fun of
chicken
me.
salad.
They're like, "You're a girl. Only girls eat grape."
What's wrong with chicken salad?
They just think I like putting grapes in it. It's like over the top.
Oh.
No, I love it. I love chicken salad with like some dried cranberries in there. I love
chicken
salad. That's
Some
delicious.
raisins or cranberries.
Fire. I
Add
love
some
that.
nuts in there, like a little walnut.
But if I don't want all like the fattiness of it, like Because with the mayo, sometimes it can get really heavy. You know what I mean? So sometimes I just stick with like Greek yogurt and I season it right, and it can actually taste the same, and it's a lot healthier. So
Do you eat bread?
I avoid it because gluten in the U.S. hurts my tummy.
So
I don't know.
Are you gluten free?
I'm not gluten free, but it will hurt my stomach.
Do you think that? How old are you again?
I am 21.
Okay. I'm 44. So do you think that everybody that's 20 years or older just doesn't think about what they put in their body anymore? Like, when did you realize I can't put certain things in my body?
When I came to the U.S.
But this is from Canada to the U.S.
Yes, this is from Canada to the U.S.
In Canada, obviously, everybody has health insurance, right?
Yeah.
Where in the U.S., it's a
Free for all.
bleep show.
Yeah. I mean, I think like when I started eating in the dining halls, I just started noticing like, oh, like I wouldn't feel too good at practice after I ate this, or this would hurt my stomach. It was being exposed to new foods and new ways of food being processed is been completely different. Like I grew up eating like my mom's cooking, and we have a huge garden. Most of what we eat is what we grow, and we get very like, it's just the way that she grew up. She grew up in China, in communist China, like. My mom like really like came out the mud. So she grew everything. She got a ration of meat and she cooked it all that day. Like that was just how it was. And she brought that, to my home in Canada. That's just the way that I grew up eating very like healthy and whole foods. And coming to the U.S., that's just not the way it is.
It is not. I eat a lot of processed pepperonis and cheese, and I don't think I can stop.
Well, don't get me wrong. Like I love that stuff, but everything's in moderation. And sometimes I choose to, feel good instead of tasting things that taste good.
So just so I have it, your parents, are they like you lived with your parents in Canada?
Correct.
And your mother is from China?
Yes.
Is your father from there as well?
No, my dad is born and raised Canadian, so my mom's
so your
Chinese.
Dad's from Canada, your mom's from China.
Correct.
And they now lived in Canada. And they had you, who was a Canadian citizen.
I lived in China for the first half of my life.
Okay.
So I was born in Shanghai, but I was born a Canadian citizen because both of my parents were Canadian citizens. But they lived in Shanghai for work. So I was born in Shanghai. I lived there until I was 8 years old, moved to Calgary when my dad got a job there. And then from 8 to 18, I grew up there. And now I'm here.
You've had a fascinating journey.
Yeah, it's been a wild ride. It's been a fun one.
Next.
Well, speaking of Aurora's journey, she's a college tennis player, so we head to the world of tennis for this next one. A do-it-yourself created tennis ball has gone viral because it loudly grunts every time it gets hit or bounces. People are already begging for versions with the Wii Sports sound effects and Michael Jackson noises. Are we in or out on a tennis ball that grunts as it's hit? Aurora, the tennis expert?
So real quick, I would like to get in on this one. I played tennis probably from like 11 to 14. I wasn't like a tennis camper or, coached or anything. I just played at the golf course. I loved Pete Sampras. Andre Agassi was like one of my favorite tennis players. Jim Courier, right?
I don't think you can put that in the same sentence, though. I love Pete Sampras, and I also love Andre Agassi.
Yeah, but that's because Andre Agassi was a rebel.
Yeah.
He had long hair like crazy. And
have you read his book?
No.
You need to.
I won't.
A lot of drugs.
You need to.
Well, yeah.
That wasn't part of the book.
Joe, you're raising your hand.
I actually have a cool story regarding Andre Agassi. I was in Laguna Beach at this fancy hotel, the Montage. This was not paid for by my family. It was paid for my uncle to have us visit, and he didn't want us staying in his house. So, but anyways, Andre, I went to the pool, and my dad was freaking out because there was probably about 10 people at the pool, and what do you know? Andre Agassi and Steffi Graf are laying down at the pool next to us. Next thing you know, my dad buys them a drink, and they're buying each other drinks back and forth. Meanwhile, I don't really understand what's going on. But I did go to the gym the next day and saw him, and he spotted me. So that's my claim to fame.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
And she was gorgeous. Oh my
was.
God!
So back
they're
in the
legends,
day,
legends.
Monica Seles, Steffi Graf.
I have her autograph. Monica
What was her name there? The other girl, the younger girl there. But anyways, growing up, Sharapova. Oh yeah.
Oh, she was my favorite growing up.
But the one who grunted the most out of anybody, and this is why I'm taking you back to my childhood, Arantxa Sanchez Vicario grunted like you couldn't believe. Everything was I couldn't listen. I couldn't do it anymore. I had to mute the television because everything and I swear to God, if you Google it, you'll find it. There'll probably be a video of just her grunting every time. She was fierce.
Have you heard Arena Sabalenka?
No.
She's a loud one. She's a strong one, powerful lady. I don't know if you've ever watched like Serena Williams and Sharapova play against each other.
Loudest tennis grunters.
I think
Rafa was a big time grunter.
I guess Maria Sharapova.
Maria's up there.
Loudest recorded tennis grunt of all time.
Yep.
At Wimbledon 2009.
Yep. Is that the year that she won?
I don't know, but
17?
that was just.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Checks out.
Aria Sablenka, that she's on
Sabalenka's up there.
Sabalenka, and
yeah.
Aurora, what's the best sporting event you've ever been to?
Man.
Is a tennis match something I need to put on my bucket list?
Oh, you need
a high-end tennis match.
You need to go watch tennis in person. It is nothing.
I used to watch the Boston Lobsters. You know who owned them? Robert Kraft.
Oh.
I used to go to the Lobsters with my camp growing up.
But yeah, no, live tennis is not even comparable to what you see on TV. On TV, the court is condensed and it looks so slow. When you're in person, it's like boom, 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 boom. Like, how are these guys doing it? It looks way like super fast. And, it's you're so up and close. Well, I mean, since they are like alone on a court, you can really see like how athletic they are. Like moving up and down, back and forth. It's
like
crazy.
So you can tell when they're complaining.
You can hear it too. It's quiet in there.
And then the ball boy gets yelled at.
You take a 15-minute bathroom break to try and break the other guy. I like when they do that.
Yeah, and also, like icing your opponent. That's a real thing. But I don't think there's another sport out there where it can be so quiet. You can hear a pin drop, and then all of a sudden it like erupts. That's every single point. There's nothing like it. It's beautiful.
Who's your favorite person you've seen play?
I would probably go Ben Shelton.
He's
such a character. He has such a great presence on court. He's so confident. Aura just oozes out of him. Like, he's popping off on social media too. And he's just my favorite player right now. He's got a huge serve, great power game.
Power couple,
Trini Rodman. Yes, they're so cute together. But he's my favorite player.
Oh, how expensive is this going to be?
I mean, U.S. Open is coming up. If you wanted to get
I'm an Alcaraz fan.
You're an Alcaraz fan, Joe?
Alcaraz is great.
I remember, was it you and I, Skaz? Somebody, we were watching the whole. No, who was? Yeah, it was Joker versus Alcaraz. I think it was on a Sunday. Whoever I was, Jeff. I can't remember who I was with. I didn't leave. I had to watch the whole thing because it kept going and going. It was awesome.
Yeah, no. Sinner and Alcaraz. That's the Thinner. Yeah, no. They're big two now. Okay. No one can touch them.
All right. You have anything else, guys?
Sure. Why not? Let's head over to the world of, Matthew McConaughey again. A new Apple TV show with Matthew McConaughey and Woody Harrelson called Brothers, where they act as if they were brothers in real life. Are we in or out on Matthew McConaughey and Woody Harrelson acting like long-lost brothers?
All right.
Well, remember, what was that for Making a Murderer? No.
You're thinking of True Detective.
True Detective, sorry. That first one was awesome. The one with Matthew McConaughey, he was real weird in that. Him and Woody, in. I'm kind of in on this.
I'm in.
It's better than Luke Wilson and Vince Vaughn.
I'm also in. Also a PSA announcement. Reacher Season 4 has come out. It's probably some of the most entertaining television I've seen.
I've never seen Reacher.
No,
but here's the deal.
That's my top show right now, Joe.
On a top 5?
Top 5 easily.
I watch it on TikTok.
Because
they show scenes where he just kicks everyone's ass.
He is roided up,
and then people
he is a
and then they
beast.
look at his like, and it's like, yeah, he's a Green Beret or whatever, and he's like Rambo.
Yeah, he is.
Might as well be called Rambo.
He's a master in like every different kind of fighting technique. But I would highly suggest the show. It's a easy plot line, and it's just him beating people up and saving the world. It's awesome.
Okay.
I like the sound of that.
Mike wants to agree with Aurora. Mike.
The Greek yogurt tuna thing is absolutely electric. Dro, to wet your feet, let me let you in on something. Tuna, plain flavored Greek yogurt, 0% fat, an avocado, sriracha sauce, tastes like a sushi roll. Can't beat it. Have a good night, guys.
100%. It's great. It's fabulous. It's fantastic. Greek yogurt has so much potential, and we've only unlocked 1% of it, and that's beautiful.
Do you know what I sometimes do is I get Frosted Flakes, and I put Greek yogurt in it, and I make it like a parfait.
Ooh, I like that. I like putting cereal on top of my yogurt, too. That's good.
Sean's in Marlboro. Sean.
Joe, if you go, give me 30 seconds, I can run through the whole list. You ready? 21 and 22 Jump Street I hate the two people in it, but those are funny.
Agree.
Cheese on cheesesteak, if you do it the way Philly does, there isn't really actually any dairy. It's fake cheese.
Okay.
Deshaun Watson has more upside. He's got a lot of money. You got to start him, even if Sanders is the long-term answer. Cup of noodles without the packet. Not a lot of sodium. You could actually use cup of noodles or whatever those fake noodles are to make high-quality ramen. Greek yogurt is actually just tangy mayo. Intro for the show is Joe grunting like tennis. You got to add that. And Reacher is freaking amazing. I absolutely love it.
I like this guy.
Sean, you really nailed a lot of topics there.
I call Felger and Maz, and I feel like Felger, as soon as you start talking, he wants to hang up. So it's practice.
Well, listen, sir, you're welcome anytime here.
I try. Love you guys.
Thank you, Sean.
Thank you.
I got to give him credit. That guy was good.
He's been listening. Yeah.
He's been good. All right, Aurora, you got something for us next?
Yes, I do. Should I tease it for the next segment, or are we doing it now?
Am I keeping you too late, or are you?
No, I'm fine.
All right. Well, I went a little long.
That's okay. Well, I should probably do the next segment.
Well, no, coming up next.
Okay, coming up next, we have a secret segment for the Joe Show tonight. One that I came up with, inspired by Hot Ones.
Ooh. All right, and then give an outro like, all right, coming up next, we got something for Joe here. I'm Aurora Bedwell here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
All right, coming up next, we have a secret segment for the Joe Show. I'm Aurora Pedwell with the intern on the Felger and Maz Show here at 98.5.
You're listening to Joe. You're listening to Joe Murray on 98.5. You're listening to Joe Murray on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
All right. So, should I just get out of the way and let you handle this?
Yes, you shall. Sit back and relax, Joe, for the first time. Joe, one more in or out question. Are you in or out on Hawaiian breakfast?
In.
Okay. Well, speaking of, I have prepared for you a Hawaiian breakfast for a little segment I'm going to call Heat Check.
Okay.
Joe, it is my second last day at the station, and you have been very impactful in my career, in my time here. And I got you a little present. You forgot the box, my friend. But I prepared for you a Hawaiian breakfast.
I'm not going to watch. Should he get the box? I'm not going to look. Should he get the box?
Street Team Joe will be getting the box.
I got the sniffer out.
But yes, I got you a little gift.
Okay, I can smell an egg.
Mm-hmm.
I can definitely smell spam.
Mm-hmm. But I got you a little gift.
I'm not looking. I'm not looking.
I teased that this was it. Oh, it's okay. We'll just blame it on Zoe tomorrow or something.
Callaway golf balls? No, it's not. It's hot sauces. Yes. Okay, so we have hard-boiled eggs and spam.
And Joe, before you dive right in, I'm going to explain how this is going to work. Okay. It's called Heat Check. Okay. I don't know if you've seen the show Hot Ones.
Oh, yeah, I have.
Yeah.
Should I
Great show, right?
Show our listeners what you've made.
Yes.
Okay,
I've made for Joe a traditional Hawaiian breakfast of eggs and spam. And Joe, you can select whatever vehicle you want, okay? You're going to start from left to right. If you want to show the listeners the first hot sauce we have there.
The first hot sauce we have is a Tabanero Original Hot Sauce.
Yes. And Joe,
so I'm supposed to put this on something?
You're supposed to put it on whatever vehicle you want, okay?
Okay.
And I'm going to ask you a heated up question.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So, Joe, give it a bite first. We'll let it marinate on the tongue. And I'm going to give you your first question.
You guys were asking me questions before the show, and now I get it. Ooh.
Spicy?
It's good, though.
Joe, here's your first question.
Okay.
Tell me about your first kiss.
Oh, God. Are we really doing this?
Yeah. It's Heat Check.
My very first kiss was a girl was 18 and I was 16, maybe 15. I don't even know. She was older than me. I didn't really know what I was doing. It was horrible.
Okay.
But I bragged about it because she was older than me.
Nice.
That was my first kiss.
Wow. That's awesome.
Now Aurora, I'm not super familiar with Hot Ones, but doesn't the host also do the hot sauce?
Typically. But do we have enough vehicles is the question.
Well, you can have some of these eggs if you'd like.
You don't want the eggs?
I'm not going to eat them all, but I'll have some. Would you like to try?
Sure. I'll try.
Would you like this the same one that I tried?
Sure. I'll try it.
Here you go. Should I ask Aurora about her first kiss now?
Oh, gosh. Are we doing this?
I mean, this is your bit.
Typically, the host doesn't answer the questions, though.
Oh, well.
They do eat the hot sauce, though.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I've had hotter, and it had a little nice habanero. What'd you think?
Wow. It's good.
It's good.
I have a very high, hot sauce tolerance. I love hot sauce.
Oh, really? So you're going to...
Okay.
All right. Well, now we're just passing a plate now. So now I do number 2, and then you're going to ask me a question?
Correct.
Okay. Number 2 is habanero extra hot sauce.
Okay. I hope these get increasingly spicier.
I think they're going to. All right. You can just say, so I'm supposed to taste it, and then you ask me a question while I'm tasting it?
Correct.
To kind of throw me off a little bit?
Precisely.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
All right. What was the last lie that you told?
Oh, God. Spicy.
Really?
I I think I walked into a market basket and somebody asked me for some change, and I said I had no money, but I definitely had money.
Oh,
So is that a lie?
that's a lie.
Okay, your turn.
Okay.
That one was salty.
Really?
Yeah, like popcorn salty.
Tabanero. Okay. Let's see what we got. See, if you take the yolk out, it's like a little bowl.
Oh, never thought about that. Oh, so you put the sauce in there. Hey, you know what I put hot sauce in recently? Skaz, I don't know if you ever did this. Clam chowder.
Oh, in on that.
Oh, did you know that Hooch and I did a clamorama?
Oh, I saw the clamorama.
Wow, that one is spicy.
That one's spicy, but I like it. It's not a kick. It's just a spice.
Oh, it's a lot spicier. Yeah.
All right, then let's go. Here
feel
we
it.
go. Can only imagine what you're going to ask me next.
Okay.
All right. And this one is a dragon's breath. Oh, boy. What are we getting into here? All right. Dragon's breath. Okay. I can only imagine what this question's going to be.
Okay. Joe,
Woohoo! Yep.
what's the worst date you've ever been on?
Oh, my God. It's so funny. I swear. Hold on.
Is that allowed?
Oh, was I not supposed to drink something?
No. No more liquids for you.
Holy smokes.
I think you can drink something. No, doesn't it usually give milk and ice cream?
For the week.
One time went on a online date, and the person that I met was not the person in the photo.
Oh. How off was it? Can you describe?
When they met me, I said, "You're not the person that I talked to." Wow, that is hysterically hot.
Wait, I want to try it now.
Oh my God. Oh my God, I need like an ice cream or something.
Wait, there's a blizzard in the freezer. But that's after. Joe, don't grab it for him yet. I see you moving. You sit right there.
That one's hot.
Really? Okay.
That one's hot.
Okay. I'm not scared. Like, how much hotter than the other ones?
5 times hotter.
Oh.
By the way, the Red Sox won. We will get to that in a minute here, but we got to get to the important stuff.
I just spilled it all over my jeans.
Oh, no.
It's fine.
Here, there's some tissues. You can use those if you need it. Should I even look at...
Oh, my gosh. Oh. Okay.
I got to tell you, Roy, this is a great bit. You're going to need a drink. Just drink it. I don't care.
I'm not caving. I'm not weak like you, Joe.
Oh! All right, one more.
Oh my gosh. Wait, I'm sweating. I'm going to turn the fan around.
My mouth is on fire, dude.
Wait.
All right, one more. Here we go.
We got to get Joe to have that one more time before the headlines.
This is the Tabanero XXX hot sauce. So this is... My tongue is on fire. Oh, no. This one's...
Which...
Okay.
Okay.
Here we go.
Okay, Joe. Joe, describe to me in extreme detail the most embarrassing thing that you've ever done. That haunts you at night, that keeps you up.
Wow.
Does that one get spicier?
The other one was more spicy. This one's different. This one's a late breaker.
I can't breathe.
feel like Arancha Sanchez Vicario right now playing tennis.
I'm sorry, Joe. What did you call the sauce there?
I don't know what
What's it?
a late breaker.
Joe is crying. Is there any way to zoom in on him?
Woosah.
Joe, most embarrassing thing you've ever done?
I mean,
Go.
the one thing that popped in my head,
Yeah.
I got really drunk once and ran outside and did naked snow angels.
That's not embarrassing though. That's kind of awesome.
This Aurora is pretty great, huh?
Maybe the hot sauce is clouding your judgment. Oh, is this one hotter? Be honest. Ugh, I'm ready.
It's not hotter. It's not hotter. It's a late breaker. It's like a. Oh wow! Oh my god!
Okay, I got a little pool, Joe. I think I got more on it than you. I got my egg pool. You know what? That one's kind of like mellowing out the
But
last one.
wait, it's a late breaker though. That third one. Holy smokes!
That one took me out. Okay, that one kind of like washed it down. Wait,
I bet you if we tried that one before the hot one, it would be hotter.
should we do it?
No. But my tongue is on fire. I
Dragon breath?
I got dragon breath. Yeah. What's the most embarrassing thing you've done?
Oh my gosh. Oh, this is recent, but I was shadowing Nicole Menor at the Woo Sox game, and I was in a conversation with JP Riccardi.
JP Ricciardi. Yep.
Ricciardi.
I work with him at Nesson. Yep.
And, well, first embarrassing thing is that I had no clue who he was. And, oh my gosh.
Toronto legend.
Toronto legend.
From Worcester, Mass.
Yeah, I was talking about my trip to Toronto with him. And he was like, oh, yeah, I used to live there. And I was like...
This, by the way, not to cut you off, this bit was to get me, and it got her.
What did I get myself into?
JP Ricciardi, yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, so we're at Polar Ice. We're at
Polar
Park. Pardon me.
She's thinking about ice.
Yes, I am. We were at Polar Park, and, I got a polar seltzer water. I thought it was a great time in the middle of that conversation to take my daily dose of electrolytes. So I start pouring the electrolytes into the sparkling water, and it shoots up probably halfway up the ceiling. Oh my gosh.
She's going to need it.
Oh. No, I'm not caving. I'm not caving.
No, it's okay. We're done.
Oh.
We're done, right?
Sure.
Should we have Street Team Joe try this stuff?
We should give Street Team Joe Dragon's Breath.
Skaz, would you eat the dragon breath?
No shot. I've seen what it does.
But yes, I put the electrolytes in my sparkling water, and it shot halfway up to the ceiling right in front of JP Ricciardi. And it was embarrassing. I was waddling around and had to sprint to the nearest trash can. It was really embarrassing, but that happened a little bit ago.
I one time went to a job with an inside-out shirt and got called out in front of everybody. Is that embarrassing?
Yeah, I'd say so. But you know what? It's only embarrassing if you make it embarrassing.
I wore my pants inside out for a full day of school in like 5th grade.
Yeah, but you were like a youngin'. You didn't know any better.
Not too bad.
Oh, I mean, I've crapped my pants.
There we go. That's what I was looking for this entire segment, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, Rory, you've come to the right place.
Heat check is complete.
Have you not heard about the Hershey Highway?
No. Tell me more.
Well,
tell me more.
I'm going to make this really quick.
Okay.
I was backed up for 5 days.
Ugh.
Meaning multiple attempts to
evacuate.
defecate.
Yeah.
And it was painful because it was not moving.
Okay.
I was just like, I need to get this out of me. I don't know how. And my buddy goes, let's get some Chinese food. We went to Roslindale.
Who says I need, like, let's get a Chinese food
Well,
when
like a
tummy
plate.
hurts? Oh, okay.
Well, no, that's the thing. I was like, well, maybe it will help. My tummy didn't hurt. It was my butt that hurt.
Oh.
Or my...
There's a drop.
Was it coming out like dragon's
It
breath
wasn't
the other
coming
way?
out.
Okay.
It was just a ball of
Gas?
No. Feces. I don't know how else to say. Poop. It was just a ball of hard poop.
Oh.
And I got Chinese food. I ate at my buddy's house. We're playing video games, and I got the Rumble in the Jungle. And I went, I think it's time. And I asked my buddy, can I use your bathroom? And he goes, you can, but like my mom's in the room. And I went upstairs. I go, I can't do this. This 5 days of...
You were turtling.
So I said, dude, I'm going to go home. I lived 7 minutes away. 7 minutes. I get in my car. I'm praying. I'm doing the pee-pee dance in the car. And then, Skaz, can you find the song Sister Christian in the car, please? I get to a light on the corner of Beach Street and Washington Street in Roslindale next to the Pleasant Cafe. And it's on a hill.
Aurora has opened the ice cream.
Yes.
I've caved.
I'm on a hill, and I'm like, I have to make it. I got to make this. So the hill factor was kind of messing with my belly a little bit because I was gassing it. So then the light turns
Like
green.
on the gas pedal?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But I was
Good
stopped.
question. Gasing
Had
could
to
have been a couple
clarify.
Yeah,
things
but
there.
I'm at a light, so I can't really gas and go. You get what I'm saying? I got to gas it to keep the hill rocking, you know? Mm-hmm. So the turns green, I gas it. I go right over Beach Street, right over Washington Street to Beach Street, and I'm going up Beach Street Hill in Rossi, and it's a little hill. And then all of a sudden, it just kind of just dips downhill. And I'm like, you got to hold it, Joe. You got to hold it, Joe. And I'm yelling at myself, and I'm talking to myself. And I just basically, once the hill started going down like right on Popper, and I go, how the hell am I going to get in the house?
I love how you own that story. It takes all the power and the shame away from it.
Yeah.
Joe.
But just again, the reason why I said the song Sister Christian is just the whole going down the hill was like, motoring, what's your price for flight? And
There we go.
nobody saw it. So I was embarrassed to myself. My tummy didn't hurt. It was my butt that hurt. And that is the story of the Hershey Highway.
Well, you know what, Joe? After our little segment here, I hope your butt's okay.
Thank you. It is. It's been
Updates coming soon.
You know, I don't think I've had an episode since then.
You been good? It's good.
Because you got to stay hydrated. I think that's one of the biggest things when it comes to when it comes to that. All right.
Yeah.
Well, Skaz, we're not going to do a headline here, but I'll just read the headline. Would have been
Read the 932, please.
What's that?
The 930 headline.
Yes, brought to you by DN Van Lines. Take the chance out of your move and make the sure bet with DN Van Lines. An approved mover to the Department of Defense, dnvanlines.com. And, well, this hour of the Sports Hub has been brought to us by our good friends over at Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Enjoy quick and convenient vehicle maintenance this month. Visit NewEnglandOilChange.com. You can save 15% off an extra oil change at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, the official oil change of busy people. I'm Joe Murray. Do you want to leave, Aurora, or do you want to hang out?
I'm not going to hang out.
All right, you might as well. We'll take a break. The Red Sox won, everyone. 4-2. Comeback win tonight. Comeback win. Gritty effort. The guys who scored, you wouldn't believe who they are. And Aurora came in with the hot sauce. And, well, in the end, I think the challenge, I won.
Does this count as me losing?
I think I won. No, I said it was over. That's what.
Okay.
No, but I feel like, you know what?
Yeah.
This was a good bit, and I think everybody liked it. Good. So congratulations.
Thank you.
And you got me dragon breathed.
I got you dragon breath. I got you confessing. I got you crying. All the emotions.
I did cry.
He did cry.
I did cry.
Yeah.
All right. We'll take a long break here, everybody. You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub.
More Joe Murray coming up on the Sports Hub. Tub headlines.
The Red Sox win tonight, 4-2 in Miami. We'll tell you who started tonight. Ranger Suarez, 5 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned on 4 strikeouts. And then the bullpen held it down. Brian Bayo, 2 innings. Eric Miller, no runs. And then Aroldis Chapman held it down for the save. So Miller gets the win. Chapman gets the save. It was Mickey Gasper who tied the game at 1. Marlins went up in the 7th, 2-1. Then Abreu scored on a wild pitch. Anthony Siegler hit a triple that knocked in Eli White. And Nick Sogard singled the other insurance run to go up 4-2 in this one. Sox now 72-59 on the year. And they will play again tomorrow night. And the Patriots traded Keyshawn Boutte today to the Texans. In return, they get Jalen Reed, a safety who played last year and was from Penn State, and a 2028 7th-round pick. Headlines are brought to you by DN Van Lines. Take the chance out of your move and make the sure bet with DN Van Lines, an approved mover to the Department of Defense, DNVanLines.com. I'm Joe Murray.
Are you actually coaching the game, or it's just that is? I feel so strongly about that. I can't even tell you.
Boston Talk Sports here.
What do we got?
Sports.
All right, back here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. The Red Sox win tonight, 4-2 over the Marlins. Another come-from-behind win where the starter, 4 walks, 1 earned. Brian Bayo came in, did a solid job. And then Eric Miller got out of a jam, and Aroldis Chapman, after taking the lead, the Red Sox taking the lead, closed the door. His 30th save of the year, but Mickey Gasper, listen to the guys who contributed tonight. Mickey Gasper ties the game. Abreu scores on a wild pitch. Anthony Siegler hits a triple to score Eli White. And Nick Sogard scored Siegler. You hear? Sogard, Siegler, Gasper. These are the guys that are going to go down when Roman Anthony and IKF and Trevor Story come back. That's the story. Do you want those guys to come back and send those guys down who've been putting in the work for the last 40 games? I'm out on it. I don't want Trevor Story back here when Siegler's trying to fight for his life to stay on the team and Sogard's producing every night. I want Roman Anthony back. I do. And it might be in the way of Mickey Gasper. It might be. But I'll take it. But I want it to be noted and known that the guys that are coming off the bench who are grinding every night are the ones that help them win the game tonight. Aurora, do you have a take on the Red Sox?
100%. During the Felger and Maz show today, I had so many callers call in and be like, I don't want to watch 4A baseball. Like, this entire team is just made of a bunch of Worcester guys. Like, I don't want to watch that. Like, people were crapping on them and crapping on the roster and how they're nervous about going into tonight's game. But that's, like, Mickey Gasper has been producing all year. He's been hitting all year. When they took him out, what was he hitting? Like a 350? Like, he was up there. He was really up there. I think that, maybe he had some disconnections with the pitcher at, when he was playing catcher. But besides that, I don't know why they ever sent him down. You know what I mean?
I think he had a spark. They brought him back down. He's from Bryant University, where Aurora goes to school. Good for you.
He's my favorite player.
We'll get into more of the Sox, but we're going to say bye to Aurora. That was a good bit. People loved it. Some guy turned on the mic, and anyone could have been on. But to hear her dominate a segment like that and turn it into a JP Ricciardi shame story, I love that. The other person said, burn my throat and make me relive my childhood trauma on camera. I love Aurora, and I want her number.
Well, I'm glad they liked it. But yeah, no, I got you some hot sauce, and I was like...
How you feeling now, though? You good?
I feel great. I just downed that blizzard.
It was hot, though, right?
That dragon's breath.
It was hot.
Oh, my gosh. It was hot coming in, so hopefully...
So do you have, like, a bunch of drops from that now, Skaz? Of us just going...
Skaz, can you...
didn't hurt. It was my butt that hurt.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one. I'm out on that. He sucks. He blows. Can you send me a screenshot of, like, Joe crying?
I was crying.
There was some Zoom work in the YouTube, so you could get some good screenshots off the YouTube.
Yeah, I'll get that. That's good.
Aurora. So I found out about you through Casey Hudson, who I love. Mm-hmm. I guess you were supposed to be an intern at Nesson. I guess. Or maybe you interviewed to be an intern at Nesson?
Yeah.
Or you tried to interview to be an intern at Nesson?
It's been a dream of mine to work at Nesson ever since I landed here at Bryant University. You know what I mean? I was able to get a tour of that place. I shadowed a couple times with a couple different people. And you know, I love that network. You know, it means a lot to me just watching a bunch of Red Sox games on that network, watching the pregame, postgame shows.
Do you watch TSN in Canada?
I do.
Okay, did you know Hazel May?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, she worked at Nesson too. So.
But yeah, no, it's been a dream of mine to work at Nesson. And you know, for the past 2 summers, I was applying for internships left and right. Was able to make the right connections to get a couple interviews. I was interviewing. I don't know. I had like a handful of interviews with Nesson. Unfortunately, none of them went through. But you know, it's all, you know, God's plan, because now I'm here, and I couldn't be more grateful.
So the way that I took it was Casey mentioned to me that you were trying to get an internship, but nothing came through. You reached out to me. I did a video call with you. Your professor is Christian Fourier, who we know. And then I already had 2 interns, and I said, let me see what else is going on. I hit up Jay Stu, and I said, hey, do you need another intern? And he goes, yeah, I do. And I said, here, Aurora Pedwell. And then the next thing I know, you were here.
Yep. Yeah, no.
I'm not trying to take credit.
No, oh my gosh.
It is just interesting how the world works.
Take the credit, Joe. You are the reason why I'm here today. But yeah, no, I met Lucy Burge out in San Francisco when I went out to Radio Row.
For the Super Bowl. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Lucy works on the show with us.
Yeah.
Yep, so.
And then she connected me with Casey Hudson. He's like, you got to talk to this girl. Cool. And then Casey was like, okay, Joe is awesome. Joe's like, if you want to know someone in the industry, it's got to be Joe. So introduced me to you, hopped on a call with you, put me through with Louth, and then... And
you know what's funny? When I interviewed Aurora, it was in the middle of a Bruins game, and I had to go.
Yep.
So I had to be like, all right, guys, I gotta go, you know. But it was during a game. I remember that. So you had a fun summer though. This is awesome.
This has been the most rewarding and the funnest summer of my life.
Well, I'm glad you don't have to, like, at least you're local tonight, and you don't have to do that train home. So I'm happy about that. Mm-hmm. And you know that when you do leave, you can come back. Not meaning as an intern, but you could say, hey, I want to stop by tonight. I'm in the area. They always come back.
Really?
Oh, Skaz. Don't they always come back, the interns?
We can't get rid of any of our interns, Joe. It's we have an infestation of interns. Aurora's seen it at night. They show up. Luke still shows up. Kevin Pomfret, we hear
Dawson
from.
was texting me today about a take that he had about Fernando Tatis. Like he's trying to be right about something that he said a while ago.
A guy that wasn't traded, by the way. Yeah. So, there you go.
No, but that's what I'm trying to say is the interns, they all have their own, like, we're different. Like, we do a show every day. We're old. To you guys, we're old. Mm-hmm. You guys see things differently. I like that. I want to let creative people be creative. Mm-hmm. So that's. I don't want people to thank me like, oh, Joe. No, you're the creative one. Be creative. If you're not creative, it doesn't work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that was a creative bit. I enjoyed it. Damn it, I thought it was good, and everybody loved it. And have you ever heard everybody praise the women of summer here at night? Charlotte was great. Do you know Charlotte? Well, I won't say where she works, but I know her from where she worked. Mm. So when I saw her, I go, hey, I know you. That's how me and her connected. And then you're here, and then we have Riley and Derek, and then I met Zeke through you guys.
Wow.
And all you guys have been doing all summer long is great content for the station. So and for yourselves. So
yeah. Well, I will try my best to be a barnacle at this station.
Barnacle. You know, barnacles stick to lobsters.
Yeah. If 98.5 is the lobster, I'm the barnacle.
Yep. And then what lobster men do is they take the barnacles off the lobster because lobsters shed their shells. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Okay.
Ooh, they like crawl out of them?
Yeah, but that's how they live. They live for over 100 years. So it's like shedding.
They do?
It's like a snake. You know, a snake sheds its skin.
Oh.
A lobster sheds its crustacean.
I gotta update my lobster anatomy. Okay.
Next time I see you, maybe you get a lobster breakdown on me?
Yeah, I'll do a full story on it.
Okay. All right, well, thank you. I appreciated you. I will see you tomorrow, even though you're going to be with those guys. Maybe they'll have you do something tomorrow.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe they're going to be like, we'll do it better than what Joe did.
Oh, this is the perfect time to say. I'm going on the off-air show tomorrow.
Oh, this is awesome. With
yes,
Felger.
with Felger. Yes, so I'm excited.
Jake will be there?
Yes. So I'm excited. So if you guys want to DM me any ideas or any like hot topics, pop culture trends that you want to see me and Felger break down, so please send them in, DM them to me. I always look at all my DMs, always respond to as many as I can.
That's scary.
Why? What do you mean? Well, if they're not like weird DMs, like I'm going to respond. They're just people.
You should see my DMs. It's all bros.
I love that. It's all bros. You know who DMs me 4 times a day? Uncle Fern.
Oh, Fern.
Yeah. Love him.
All right, well, we can't let him on the air, though.
Yeah.
You know, those Red Sox, the bleeping...
yeah.
Fern? I met Fern.
No way.
Yeah, I met him at a card show.
I want to meet him. He'd be interesting.
His character.
Is he really like that in person?
Yeah. Have you met Tommy from Lynn yet?
No, I have not.
Have you talked to Tommy? You've talked to Tommy, no?
I think so.
Yeah.
Character.
You want to talk to Justin and Lynn? Hi, Justin.
Hey, Joe. It's Justin. I just wanted to let you know, I did an interview with Mike Reese on Monday. I was on vacation. He came down to the camp that I go to.
I saw
Camp Pembroke. I told you about it before.
Yeah.
And he came down, and him and I did a show together.
I know. I saw it on Instagram.
Yeah, we talked about Christian Gonzalez's contract and other Patriots items. A.J. Brown as well. I just wanted to tell you that I did speak with him.
Yeah, I saw
and
it.
I just wanted your opinion on what you thought.
Oh, I love Mike Reese and you guys, and he likes to support you every year, and I love that. Say hi to Aurora.
Hi, Aurora.
Hello there.
How are you?
Doing fantastic. How are you?
Good. I'm Justin from Lynn. I don't know if you've interacted with me before.
Justin does a podcast at NBC Sports Boston.
No way.
And he has reporters and analysts on with him. And he also hosts a show on Lynn Television. And I have gone on his show called The Sports Wrap.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to follow you right now.
Yeah.
All right, Justin. Good job, buddy.
Thank you,
Keep up
Justin.
the good work, my man. Talk to Steve. Steve's in Miami. Steve.
Well, I'm just coming back from the game. How you guys doing?
Oh, how was it tonight?
2 or 3 to 1 in Red Sox over Marlins fans. Living down here, I've gone to Marlins are my second favorite team because they're local. But I went to a game on August 13th, and there were maybe around, it seemed like 5,000 people. It wasn't full tonight, but without a doubt it was Red Sox. And in fact, in the 8th inning, some people started to yell out, Yankees suck. And the Marlins fans were like, what are you talking about? They're not here. But it was a good game. A third game in a row that they're coming back from the 8th inning on to win the game.
Yeah.
It's amazing what they're doing.
What'd you drink tonight?
And so good. When all these players come back, I hope they don't get rid of him. I would have to, even though he had a triple, I would have to say, and I love his attitude and his enthusiasm, but it would have to be Siegler that gets sent down, I would guess.
What'd you drink tonight, Steve?
After Gasper. Huh?
What'd you drink tonight?
What did I drink?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't drink. Sorry, Joe.
Oh, you didn't? Okay, what'd you have, though? Did you have, like, a soda? Or...
Oh, no. After I paid for a guy who had good seats for $20, and they were really going for like $25-$30. Then I got my sodas for free and popcorn for free.
Oh, you are.
And I parked for free because nobody goes to the games.
Well, thank you, Steve. I appreciate that.
Nobody goes to the games? What do you mean nobody goes to the game?
So there's Mickey Gasper on our television right now.
Oh, so beautiful.
He's a Bryant.
King of Bryant.
Bryant alum. Do you think you can get him on one of your pods?
Maybe. I've interviewed him before, actually.
You have?
Yes. So he was at the Hall of Fame induction for the Bryant Hall of Fame for the class of 2025. His coach, Steve Owens, was getting inducted. I got to interview Steve Owens. He's a legendary coach at Bryant University. He's produced like 23 MLB players, minor leagues, major leagues. Mickey Gasper was one of them. Him and Steve Karinchak, who's now a pitcher on the Braves.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if he's still on the major league team right now, but I got to interview him as well. But Mickey was lovely. Got an awesome picture with him. And yeah, he's a great stand-up dude.
Aurora Pedwell, everybody. Thank you, Aurora.
Yeah. Thank you for
Great
having
job. My mouth is cooled.
me. I'm glad.
Yeah. All right. What's your handles? You want to give people your social?
Yeah, of course. Okay, so you guys can follow me on Instagram and TikTok. My username is Aurora AURORA.on.air. And yeah, you can see a bunch of behind the scenes stuff I do at 98.5. I'll probably clip this out and, make that into a little short or something like that. So if
Can I give you a recommendation?
What's up?
You got to get on Twitter.
I am on Twitter. I'm on X.
That's where all our audience is.
Okay. Well, you can also follow me on Twitter. I don't tweet. Sorry, pardon me. I don't tweet that much. But it's Aurora Peds 05.
Okay. But you should get on that because that's where all our followers are.
I know.
Most sports fans are there.
You shouted me out one day, or you were posted something, and that's where 90% of my followers came from.
Even Riley, I got her on there.
I remember.
And I tagged her, and then she got 1 million followers. So
there you go.
Aurora Pedwell, everybody. Her last day tomorrow, Felger and Maz, and she'll be on the off-air show tomorrow night. So thank you for staying late with us. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me on, Joe.
All right, we'll hit the break. You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Don't go anywhere. There's more Joe Murray.
right, back here on 98.5, the Sports Hub. That was good bits, guys. I got to tell you, I'm impressed with Aurora. I mean, I knew she was talented and she does great social work. I love the fact that she came up with a bit on her own, food related. Also, the fastest way to my heart is through my belly, and everyone loved it. It was different. We've never done something like that before.
Who would have thought you'd be eating spam and eggs on a Monday night?
All right, Skaz. Well, I don't want to get all morbid on this, but it's the first time you and I have been able to talk since Jeremy Conley, the loss of Jeremy Conley. And I'm trying to celebrate Jeremy. I know his family's sent some messages to us, and I'm sure that they're probably like holding up and numb to some things right now, where they're thinking about us, maybe more than us thinking of. No, I shouldn't say us about them, but like. They're sending us messages and they're trying to set up things, et cetera. And it's very nice and thoughtful. But I do keep his family and everybody in his prayers. And, I know you guys had a really good relationship. And I think I started with Jeremy here at the same time. But, he loved his niece. He always talked about his niece. And, the one thing that whenever Jeremy was going away with like his buddies, we knew, right? Like he was like, yeah, I'm going to Portland for the weekend. And I'm like, oh, where you guys going? I'm going to miss the hell out of him. And, I said the best love language for him was giving us the middle finger. And, we all work here, and it's a little different when we're off the air because, the stuff that Jeremy did, those Bruins games, I'm sorry, but like we leave at 9:00 and he's here by himself working that Calgary, Vancouver, Edmonton stretch that is just horrific. And here by himself, and then every Patriots game we work together. He's at the Garden for every home game. I know you and I haven't been together on the air to talk about it, but it's a huge loss for us. Huge loss for his family at 41 years old. He's loved being an uncle. He loved Marvel, and I've had a little bit more time to kind of talk about it and really celebrate his life. But it's a huge loss for us and the night show, and I know his family as well. But like, man, did he love being here, dude. And he was a big part of the night program. And I mentioned the generations. There's been 3 hosts here, and there's been 4 executive producers. I think Chris Curtis was the first, and then it was Josh Deering, then it was Jeremy Conley, and now it's James Scaramuzzino. So that's a tree. That is a night show tree. And I think Jeremy's passed down a lot of people. Dan Lifshutz I talked to told me, Mason called in. Mike Mayer, if you remember him, he's a lot of got Kristen Sermon. A lot of people called in. I know when you were out, Skaz, and it touched a lot of people. So I want to celebrate. I'm sad that he's gone, but I also want to celebrate what a great teammate and colleague he was.
He was the best. I love the guy. I know you love the guy. I was, close with him outside of just, our work relationship. Obviously, we spent an immense amount of time around each other. He was always here at night. One of the few people that was a constant here at night, which is, a rare thing at this place. And yeah, he taught me everything about radio. When I showed up here, I was a street teamer. I went to Bridgewater State to the Connecticut School of Broadcasting. Jeremy Conley did the same exact thing, same pipeline. He taught Kevin Majori, all of us, and Stenberg, all these guys. And yeah. I mean, never mind the countless hours of work and everything he put in. He was just a really good guy. Always made everyone laugh. And he cared. He really cared about the product. He cared about, every host that came in. I was lucky enough to talk to Brendan Glasheen and Matt McCarthy and you and Sean Silver and, all these guys that come in. And it is intimidating, and kind of the first landing spot for a lot of these guys is the night show. You get your first reps, you kind of cut your teeth. And Jeremy could have made this, kind of a contentious or not welcoming environment or intimidating. And he did the opposite of all those things. It was always super welcoming, busting balls. Like that's how you knew things were going good, was when Jeremy was busting balls. But he was just the best. Truly a great guy. You mentioned his family there, constantly thinking about them. They were nice enough to pass along that his organ donations saved 5 lives, which is, a perfect Jeremy Conley thing because it's all he ever did when he was here was help people. So it's a fitting way for his legacy to continue on helping others. And yeah, we're just going to miss him. I miss him terribly. He's a guy that, new shows coming out, football season here. Like, this is Jeremy Conley season. Mm-hmm. This is when we would be seeing him more and more. And I know our broadcasts are certainly going to miss him. They're not going to sound the same. And, we're all worse off for it.
Yeah, I don't know how they're going to replace him. I know that's not really the thing to think about right now, but like you mentioned it, he was the standard, man. Some of you, you're loose. All right, don't worry about it. I'm not saying he was. He learned from Howie,
of course.
Who
by the book. He was the book.
Yeah, I know. And
if there was one thing Jeremy Conley taught me that I did not hold on to, it was the clock. I have abandoned his teachings of the clock.
Yeah.
But you can't keep the Joe Murray show on the clock.
No, but remember we had a bit about Steve Ballmer would talk about clocks. And then whenever we would do, let's wrap this thing up, instead of him yelling it, he'd use the Leon Poe one. I know I heard the Dong Report the other night. Derek, I think, made like some montage. We'll probably post it when he's here tomorrow night. But we haven't been on the air together to talk about it. But I was shook up for a couple of days, man. I told you Saturday I'm coming here and I'm coming up the ramp and I'm like, I'm gonna park. But I literally in my head I'm like thinking about it and I got upset about it and I don't know what we're gonna do going forward. That was a big responsibility. I don't get paid to make those decisions, but I really don't know how. Like I hate to say it, but you don't know what you got till it's gone, man. And I loved them and very sad. Very, very sad. And I know we were keeping in touch with him. And one day we just weren't hearing from him anymore. And kind of found out the news just about a week or so ago. So just wanted to shout him out.
Yeah, I mean, we'll constantly mention Jeremy and talk about him. I mean, he is a part of the night show.
Literally.
He would text us if we were off the clock. If there was a Merce steak, he was all over us. And you mentioned
he loved Merce steaks.
Oh, no one could find a Merce steak like the Jeremy Conley. We did do a little Dong Report last week, and that stumbled upon a couple of classics. Joe, here's one of you and Sean Silver.
Billy Joel, right?
Of course. Elton John, no? I don't.
That's what it's all about.
It's labeled as Elton John, but it is Billy Joel, right?
Moving out. Oh no!
Here's a perfect Jeremy Conley save as well.
Pretty good show, guys. That's a pretty good show.
Hey, do you know this guy?
Nope.
Well, the in or out bit, him, he made that one. There's a couple of other intros he made. He made the so I think Kristen made the Jeopardy one. But the Samoa Joe one, he made that one.
On 98.5, the Sports Hub, no!
Oh, yeah.
Did that count?
Yep.
That was Victor Oladipo.
Who could forget? Who's trying to make a comeback, I believe.
Yeah, well, don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's just things that are just going to come. Oh, one last thing I wanted to say. Maybe you heard this already from me, but so the first preseason game was last week. Did you see what the final score was?
It ended in a tie.
And I got the news like literally the next morning. So I was like, how fitting that the first Patriots game ended in a tie and we just went right to postgame. No. And you know what I was thinking about this, guys? I was with him on Super Bowl Sunday this year. He was, when I tell you, he was so happy.
Elated.
Like, what? No, but like.
Walking on sunshine.
It was like so odd. Like, now, I mean, I'm thinking about it now because he's not with us, but like, I couldn't, dude, he was wearing a Brady jersey. The kid never wear anything but shorts and sandals.
And a Ren and Stimpy t-shirt or
Yes.
something, yes.
He was happy as hell that day. Maybe it was because he knew the year was
The season was over. It was over.
Or like
They
that was
couldn't
it.
hurt
That was
him
his last
anymore.
game ever. Like,
Yeah.
no, I had to be like morbid, but like it was his last game ever. I can't. I'm thinking about it, and then you might remember this, but remember when the Celtics won the championship and I was at Big Night? I don't. Were you there or no?
I was back here.
Well, he was like, "Why are you not answering me?" I couldn't hear anything, man. The SWAT team was outside. And he's like, did you just... But I remember him yelling at me, but I couldn't hear him. And then at the end, he goes, did you ignore me? Did you just blow that sign? And I was like, dude, the Celtics just won the championship, man. I can't hear anything.
I can't hear the booth in Burlington.
But he was pissed.
Here's a classic that really tickled me last week.
Della Reese, also on Touched by an Angel.
I was told I look like him.
Della Reese? Joe Della Reese is a woman.
Oh, no, I thought you meant Dom Della. Fatso.
It all comes back to Fatso with Dom DeLuise.
Street Team Joe's quiet tonight. What's going on with him tonight?
You know what, Joe? Self-proclaimed. It's been probably the most productive I've been on the Joe Show ever.
Thank you.
Maybe less talking, but I got a couple YouTube videos out there.
You know what?
We got a short. We did some podcasts.
We needed it. Thank you. Thank you.
I figured it was Aurora's.
She was great.
Last day. I was like, let her do her thing.
I know she's been great. She was great on the air.
She's a natural.
I think she's like authentic is what I would use. Very authentic.
When she said who was the bum? Deshaun
Oh
Watson.
yeah, he sucks and blows.
That was literally like that was like listening to Maserati on that. That was authentic. She's very talented. Bryant just pumps out
kids,
all these studs.
She got Mickey Gasper, one of you.
Yeah, Mickey Gasper in my grade.
We're still waiting on your boy from the NBA there.
Yeah, when are we getting that exclusive interview?
Who's my boy? Oh,
from
okay.
UConn.
Yeah.
What's his name?
UConn Husky. Well, he's moved to Sacramento.
Doesn't matter.
You would still take a Zoom with
I
him?
would talk to any athlete that would come on the air.
Oh, okay. You know what? I'll follow up on this.
Okay, thank
I haven't followed up on that in a while.
Do you see your boy Sogard tonight?
I love the nickname. I'm in on
I don't know what happened when we were texting and I just went so. He's like so.
So guy.
They can't send him down.
No. He's.
By the way, Siegler hits the triple tonight for the go-ahead run.
That's my guy.
How are you going to let that guy go down too? You can't. I know where I'm going. You can't send down those guys for that jerk. I don't know. Maybe Trevor Story's not a jerk, but in this scenario, he'd be a jerk.
You know what Trevor Story is?
Out. I am out on that. He sucks. He blows.
Joe, on the other side, can you give me your Yankees starting lineup and 4 bench guys?
Okay, I'm going to do it next. We'll do that. One last thing about Jeremy I wanted to just say. He loved the show. I think you should leave. But nobody really introduced me to what a chunky was more than Jeremy. And to this day, I'm thinking about either wearing a hot dog costume this year for Halloween or chunky. What do you think?
It's a chunky. Uh-oh, you got a chunky.
I mean, if you can find a chunky costume, you got to do it.
I mean, I feel like I have to do either the hot dog or the chunky. What are the stupidest bit ever? I love it. All right. I ate that hot sauce was hot. You should have heard me. I was
I heard. Skaz and I, this is one thing I wasn't going to be bullied into.
Yeah,
I was like, Joe, I already sweat enough back here. It's like, I don't need reasons to
She
sweat.
had to get the fan in front of her. That's how hot it was.
So, yeah, I think you won the best of that encounter, as my friends would like to say.
All right, let's do the Yankees lineup, even though it's 3 days away. We'll do that next on the Sports Hub.
Sports Hub headlines.
Red Sox win 4-2, and the Patriots traded Keyshawn Boutte. Best at Oil Change. Enjoy quick and convenient vehicle maintenance this month. Visit NewEnglandOilChange.com to save 15% off your next drive-through oil change at Valvoline. There's no oil change. The official oil change of busy people. Well, what do we have tomorrow? It's Derek's last day.
Derek's last day. We were discussing this. What can we bring Derek? Does he eat anything other than like chicken fingers?
Maybe we get him. Maybe I'll stop at Market Basket, get him some chicken fingers. What is it? It's chicken fingers or pizza. So we're narrowed down.
No, but like,
does he eat pizza?
I've seen him eat we had a spare slice. I saw him eat it. Just cheese, though. I don't think we could venture out from just cheese.
Are guys open down the street?
Burn edges?
Yeah.
I mean, they'll probably be insulted that we're asking for just a cheese.
No, I would get a plain cheese.
You think we're getting just a cheese pizza?
The thing is,
I'm getting chicken and waffle and roni and the Parmesan.
I'm doing my best to stay away from dairy, so I don't think I can indulge.
You're gonna be no fun this winter, huh?
Well, I mean, if it helps with my stomach, I'll do anything.
Hey, I thought about working out during the games.
Working out,
meaning go down.
You just never did. You thought about it.
I've been thinking about week 1, getting on the treadmill during games. See if I can ramp up.
I did go for a walk today on the treadmill, but I also did